Minnie, we know that their name is not Moose. It's Mooshifer. Also, hello Raiders. We're just getting set up. We'll be live in just a minute. I just have to call out Minnie for a second.
Let's go.
All right, I know I have the timer going, but hey, everybody's here and I'm all...
Mandatory bully.
Mandatory bully.
Mandatory.
Wait.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm here. Yes.
Hello, Vivi.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh my god, they're gonna beat you for a little while, I guess.
Yes, this is bound to happen. This is
Oh,
also
yes.
I'm so
Yep,
glad
this
I'm
is what's
safe
happening.
behind this television screen.
Right. Who said that VTubers and live cam streamers needed to be separated in streams? We'd make it happen.
It's fine. I just captured this one and put him in a TV and brought him along because Zemi asked me to. It was kind of hard, but it's okay.
Why couldn't we do it the other way? Awesome.
But yes, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome to the first official the first official open nest. I'm joined here today by Squall, who has been trapped inside a TV. We did give him a little bit of nourishment with a little beer, although it's kind of torture for him though, because he can't actually break the fourth wall to grab the beer. He's trying to. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh, thank you for reminding me that I don't have that open.
Good job. Remove them goggles.
I'm gonna remove it in a second. Here, I'll give him a free one. Here,
Wow.
there you
Yeah. Wow.
It's going on. It's I'm activating the program. We are
Struggle.
also joined by Z Lover 1 million down here
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
and Vixen down there.
Hi.
So
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
I
But yes,
forgot.
welcome on into the first official open nest. It is like the a not quote unquote not Halloween stream. Because it's not actually Halloween, but I'm not streaming tomorrow. So this is the closest you get to a Halloween stream for this year.
Ayo. That was
Hey.
my amnesia stream the other day. It's like, I can't stream for Halloween. Enjoy me shitting my pants.
What's with
Oh,
your angle wings?
I'm Angle Wings.
Angle?
Angle.
I'm
Big Zimmy?
cosplaying.
Yes,
I'm
I was trying
cosplaying
to,
Mojo, Zimu,
oh god.
and
Like,
Vivi and Moosh all at the same time.
Also, Minnie, can you shout out Moosh? Because I don't know if Moosh got a shout out for the raid.
I think Moosh did.
It's
Yeah, some
okay.
moose
I don't know.
did.
Do it again. I saw
all
Moose.
Do
of
it
the,
again.
all of
I
the
saw
things,
Moose.
all Moosh love, all the Moose love. Let's go.
Also,
Yeah,
also
yeah,
for
yeah.
mods, just so you guys are aware, I'm
Shout out
doing
Moo.
I'm doing a better job of keeping the VIP tabbed, like the VIP people with VIP roles updated.
Mhm,
So if you guys see somebody with VIP pop in, or somebody, you guys have your own chat. If somebody who's got one of those commands, feel free to just without asking, just automatically shout them out.
okay.
Let's go.
Cool.
But that will be a thing going forward. Not more work.
Make 'em
all
work.
the work.
Tex, you know you like
Sorry.
it. Don't complain about that. You know you like it.
I
But yeah, welcome on in. I hope everybody's having a great night, and I hope everybody can pull up a chair at a table, enjoy a drink, and we're gonna do some talking. So the theme for tonight, since it's Halloween, we are gonna be like talking about like scary stories, spooky stories, and just mostly hanging out and interacting with you guys in chat.
Yeah.
Can I start?
Hell yeah.
You can start
I,
if you want.
I has story. Okay. So
Ooh.
for those of you who don't know, I don't know what Mojo did, but he did some kind of weird magic. We ended up in the human world and we ended up somewhere called South Dakota.
Oh no.
Ooh.
But we went to this place and it's called Deadwood. And
Uh-oh.
Deadwood is very haunted. Like everywhere you go, there's ghosties. Better than Ohio? What's Ohio?
I thought everything down there was Ohio.
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 Why did he bring you to South Dakota? I don't know. Good question. Anyway, so
Chris, did I link this with my goggles? No. Okay.
we went to a hotel.
House, hello.
Hello. We went to this hotel, and the lady at the receptionist desk said that the hotel was originally a hospital, and a lot of people who hung out at the hospital. This was when I think it was mono, might have been smallpox, but regardless, there was something going around, and so a lot of people got sick, and a lot of people passed, and the ghosts haunt the hotel.
Oh boy.
And so Mojo and I were staying at this hotel, and there was a ghost in our bathroom.
What do you mean, like in your bathroom?
It flushed the toilet. It turned the shower on. It closed the bathroom door.
You just wanted
so-
it.
the ghost just wanted the self-care.
The ghost wanted the self-care. But this happened in like the middle of the night. Like this would be at 4:00 in the morning when Mojo couldn't sleep, and it was messing with the bathroom of all
worst
things.
time.
He needed to take a shit, and then because he was dirty, he needed to take a shower.
Oh
Like,
my God.
what do you want from this ghost?
Also, real quick, I need anybody in chat. I need you to go to Happy's Twitter and go check out their work because they do amazing work.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
But the coolest part of being in this hotel is the hotel had its own ghost tour, like everything in the town did.
Mhm.
and you get to go to the basement of the hotel, which is reserved for very special occasions like wedding parties and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay for the tour, you get to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
So Mojo and I were walking around using our spirit boxes. I guess people in the human world call them cell phones. But we were using our spirit boxes and using them on the mirrors. And Mojo took a video of one of the mirrors. And we saw a person walk from one corner of the mirror to the other and stop and then just disappear.
That's pretty cool.
And he's got it on video. Like, is so cool because like it looked like somebody in the tour group. But the hair color was wrong, the sweatshirt was wrong, and then like at the end of the video, you see her like look at the glass before she disappeared.
That's cool.
I think people say that mirrors are like gateways, so that is completely possible.
Like it was so cool, and there were a bunch of different places in the town that like had haunted stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah. If you ever get stuck in the human world, go to Deadwood, South Dakota. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I have to go there now.
I have a similar story like that though, actually. When I was staying in Maryland and I got sent to Maryland.
Never been there.
My parents and I, this was back when I was like younger. So my parents and I, baby fox,
baby fox.
My parents and I were staying at a hotel, a hotel called, don't make fun of the hotel's name, okay, chat? Okay. It was called
Concern.
The Captain Fells Inn.
I think I know why the captain's no longer with us.
Okay.
Because the captain, so what was it? So Maryland is obviously on the coast, and it was where I think we were in Baltimore, honestly. But because it's on the coast is where a lot of ships docked in their harbor. Mm-hmm. So one of the ships was run by a guy named Captain Fell. And so that was his inn during the time.
Oh my God.
That's where he stayed.
That works.
So that's what they eventually called it years later. But I had a similar experience when we were taking a tour because the hotel's also said to be haunted, where we were going down the stairs to the cellar, the basement that they turned into a tavern. Mm-hmm. And as the group was like walking down the stairs, you could see a half-body apparition of a woman just cross the hallway. And there's no doors in the hallway. It's just a stairwell into a hallway into the tavern. So there's no place anyone could have gone.
Interesting.
So it was kind of like a kind of similar experience, but like, yeah, old hotels. They're all, I don't know why.
Right?
They're always haunted.
I mean, we went to like a brothel that burned down and was partially rebuilt as a bar, and there were very much women haunting the upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
but
God.
like very much haunted.
I think I've had haunting experiences like that. How?
I have a lot more. I have a lot more.
We have a long night. We'll get to him.
Yeah. No.
Squall, what do you have?
Just like, saying.
I as far as I can tell, ghosts aren't real because I've personally encountered anything paranormal. I've been lucky then, I guess, because everyone here is like, I've had this. I'm like, ow. But it seems like it's a thing because people won't stop talking about it.
Side thing. My brain, because we had Chinese food tonight, so I open up my fortune cookie and it says it is the hopes and dreams we have that make us great. And all I'm thinking is VTubers have a lot of hopes and dreams, but we ended up here.
I haven't even eaten my food, so
Zemi, no.
Oh.
Don't mind me. I'm just eating my chicken that I didn't get to eat.
Oh yeah. I
Ooh.
gotta redeem this
Oh,
because I'm just
Steal.
gonna borrow them.
Oh my god.
wait! What kind of magic did you just
You
do?
won't mind, right?
How
I
did
mean, I
you
paid
do
the 500
that?
points.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's okay, right?
How did you do that?
Oh
That
my
was-
god.
What magic is this? What sorcery does
Maybe the
Squall
divide
have?
isn't as real as you think it is.
Well, then why can't you grab the beer?
My aim is bad? I don't know.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's so
This-
good.
This is the kind of tomfoolery I was expecting.
Yes.
Tomfoolery.
Beer's too small.
He just doesn't
He
want
just
it.
doesn't want it all.
Yeah, just a sippy.
Sippy
I
sip.
see
Moosh.
Z over there is drinking Arizona iced tea.
I legit have like 6 cans sitting on my desk right now. Let's go.
That was tasty.
Squall, Moosh wants you to know that they killed a spider and were very brave.
Very
Whoa.
brave, Moosh. Very
I'm
brave.
How
proud.
did you do it?
Moosh, I'm proud of you.
It was
It was-
big. Wow. I'm
Also-
actually.
Also, Lament, I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to put your Twitter in chat, one that you post stuff on, because you are also an amazing artist.
Hi, cowboy.
God damn it. Lament.
Yeah.
Do it, Lament.
Do what you
Do
want.
it.
Do it.
Do what you
Where
want.
is this
Where
coming
is
from?
this coming
What do you
from?
mean, where is this coming from?
It's
Nani
coming
the
from
fuck?
television.
Just fucking do it.
Do that or carry me in Fortnite. Pick.
Both? Both is good. Give me a minute on my gremlin.
I don't know which one Lament posts his art on. That's why I'm asking him to do it. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Still have to
I'm gonna-
carry me in Fortnite though.
Yes. Carry Vixen her entirely large dumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Ayo.
Mm.
Saving that for later.
Let's go.
One of my favorite stories. I'm gonna start off, but Vix is gonna have to add details too.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on a call with Vix. I'm gonna tell this from my perspective.
Okay.
I'm on a call with Vix.
I'll let you tell it from your perspective, then I'll tell them from my perspective.
And this is like early college. We were still fairly new to
Zimu. Zimu, I think there's more magic in your goggles than you thought. There's 2 of them.
it happens every
Oh.
once in a while.
Oh no.
I'll have to retire them.
I don't have to retire them. No, leave them
No,
alone.
you can leave them there.
I'm just gonna keep them.
Yes.
So I'm talking to Vix, and I forget, was it me that called you first, or was it you that called me?
I don't remember who called who. I just know that my parents weren't home and I was bored and I want someone to talk to because it was nighttime and I was alone in the house and I just didn't feel comfortable.
And so she had an uneasy feeling. So we like, while we were talking, she brought up the fact that she didn't feel comfortable, and she just wanted to talk to me because she was alone. And as we're talking, she's saying, "I can see it." I'm like, "What can you see?" She's like, she was like, "I can see it out of the corner of my eye. There's a shadow." Like, so the way that her parents' house used to be was, she's sitting in the living room, and there was like a little half wall that looked into the kitchen. And then her bedroom is past the kitchen down a hall. And so she's telling me that she can see in the kitchen, which is over the half wall, but she doesn't want to look directly at it for reasons. And I'm like, "What's it doing?" And she's like, "Well, I don't want to bring attention to it because it can like draw strength from that and everything like that." And like, And then I'm like, okay, so like, is it just like, do you get like good vibes or bad vibes from that? And like, as I'm saying that, the call hangs up. She then calls me. She then calls me after like 5 minutes from her
That
bedroom.
was longer, and it was a lot longer than that.
Well, so she then calls me back after a period of time saying, I'm in my bedroom and I have a knife under my pillow. And she tells me that her phone was of like 80% battery. And by talking about it, her phone drained to 0 and the shadow disappeared.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in my house. I'm sitting on my parents' couch. And I'm hanging out. And out of the corner of my eye, pretty much out of the corner of my eye, the most basic white girl, like white bitch moment I had. I see this shadow out of the corner of my eye, and I'm on the phone with Zemo, and I'm like he said, I was talking to him about it and whatnot. My phone was at 80%. This I remember very clearly. And all of a sudden, my battery drained and just completely from 80 to 0 in like not even 5 seconds. And I looked at it, and as I was looking at it, it just kind of disappeared out of the kitchen. So my immediate thought was, go grab a kitchen knife. Go grab the sharpest kitchen knife and go to my room.
This is the same person who watches like crime scene investigation shows and things like that when she's bored.
I watch murder shows.
She's not watching Chicago MD.
Yeah, I can only fall asleep for some reason. I can only fall asleep to violence.
You forgot.
I forgot the funniest
What
part.
knife did you grab?
The sharp kitchen knife, like the one you cut meat with, not like a cleaver, but like the yeah.
Minnie, it's the knife in your slime head.
It's the knife. Yeah, exactly, that one.
That size.
But also, hello Kisa, welcome on in. And if people aren't already following Kisa does amazing pixel art, and they just have a really fun vibe to their channel.
No,
so
not
go
the
follow,
cleaver.
go check out Kisa if you're not already following them.
But yeah, and then I went to my room, I charged my phone a little bit, and then I called Zemu back and was like, yeah, I'm in my room now. Hopefully it doesn't follow me in here. It's not the first time. Won't be the last, but that's okay. That's a story for later.
The next morning, she told me that she had talked to an old friend of hers to get some sage that she burnt around the house to cleanse it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
You say
What
that
about the
when my
battery?
basement gremlin is into Wicca and has cleansed the house every month
How
on the full
many
moon
times?
to make sure our asses don't get haunted.
Yo,
Every
that's
month?
a moon. I need to start doing that, honestly.
So, our basement gremlin, I love her to bits and pieces, grew up in Utah and lived in a haunted house.
Hmm.
Oh.
So she just has the ritual of every month on the full moon, she cleanses her apartment. And because we live upstairs now, she's just like, I'm cleansing you guys too. And it's like, okay.
It's like fair, okay.
Hi, Soup. Welcome on in. It's not a bad idea to get into a habit of cleansing things, because like our old apartment used to be inhabited with spirits. I don't want to say haunted, because I don't think they were. You never felt anything negative from them, just that they were there, right?
No, we had an older gentleman, we had a woman, and we had a little child, a little boy. The little boy was so cute. He'd like to play hide and seek, and it was really adorable.
Oh,
Yeah.
How would you feel if you just looked out your door right now and there's just a face peering there going, you want to play hide and seek?
No.
I did have to tell the little boy once at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, this is not an appropriate time. I need to sleep. Thank you.
Is there ever an appropriate time for that? I'm stealing this from Moosh.
Oh.
It wasn't the door. It was a bedroom window. A knocking sound.
oh.
Oh. Was this like a second floor or first floor bedroom?
This is a basement window for a fire escape.
Oh, fun.
So
Interesting.
Okay.
it's extra weird from like it's because you also have to like crawl down a ladder and all that. Oops. To get to it. But
Yeah.
I barely remember the sound, and then I had to go to work at like 4 a.m. like I always do. So, but it keeps harassing Moosh and won't let Moosh sleep.
Mm.
Oh.
So Moosh goes to investigate the window, like, okay, what is this sound? I'm tired of it. What is it? Pulls the curtains, looks. A frog is hanging out.
Moosh, it's one of your siblings.
Nothing threatening or ghostly, just a frog
It's
who
your
wants to
people.
escape and has no idea how it fell in.
That's
So
amazing.
Moosh actually rescued it and let it go.
That's
out into the
amazing.
yard.
Ghost Frog is safe with
Yeah.
Moosh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the exorcism story that Moosh was talking about on my stream during their interview?
The frog exorcism?
Moosh had like an
No.
exorcism story.
No.
Oh.
I don't remember that
Moosh
one.
exorcism? What?
That was a real frog that you saved.
Yeah.
That's amazing though.
Yeah, I have a lot of 4 a.m. stuff because I've always worked early at like 6 a.m. and
Mm-hmm.
it's just an odd time to be awake.
You probably
So-
get a lot of liminal space feelings, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I would get that all the time. When I lived in Oregon, I would actually bike to work at 6 in the morning with freaking blinking lights on the front and bike.
Oh
back
my
of the
god.
bicycle.
Okay.
And it was just interesting to go past so many areas that would like be totally active during the day, but they were like dead quiet at night.
Right.
5 a.m. It's still dark. In the
Yeah.
winter, mainly. It's summer's not so bad because the sun will be out, but like the winter, it's dark at that time. And it's always interesting. It's always
So
if there's any fog, it's Silent Hill instantly.
Oh my
Right?
god. Okay. My college campus I went to in my hometown was next to a lake.
Mhm.
So whenever we got fog, no sarcasm, it was Silent Hill on campus. And no
Oh.
one would leave the buildings.
that's amazing. So I also used to work an overnight job. I did this for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
I no longer work an overnight job for my physical health because that is draining.
Mhm.
But I do understand where Squall is coming from because I used to go into work for 8 p.m. and I used to get out at 6 a.m. So in the
Okay.
winter,
Oh no.
in the winter, I would never see sunlight. I would literally
Twice
wake up
over.
and it'd be dark. But yeah, when I'm driving to work, it's just like every time I drove, my headlights are on. It's never a light out. It's like I'm just going down the highway and I'm the only one on the road, or like going down side roads. It's like, oh hey, it's Silent Hill tonight.
Yeah.
The speeds that I used to be able to get away with driving because there's nobody on the road though.
Oh, I
That
bet.
was nice.
Uh,
What's
I
that? I'm running
can't.
late to work. It normally takes me 20 minutes to get there. Bam, hitting 110 on the highway and going, hey, I'm getting there.
Let's go!
Getting there at like
I
11 minutes.
wish.
So
No.
it's the only time I've ever got a speeding warning in my entire life.
at like what, like
4
1 o'clock in the
a.m.
morning?
going
4 a.m.
50 in a 40 zone.
Oof.
That's such a small speed difference.
Exactly.
I mean, comparatively.
Yeah, and even worse is like about 500 feet ahead, it turns into the 50 speed limit anyway. It was
That's just
I'm
a
like,
cop.
I
That's just a
can't.
cop
Yeah.
trying to get you.
I
So
can't. Yeah.
you say that, and where I live, if you are caught going 6 over, it is a $50 fine.
Oh,
I
That's
hate it.
ridiculous.
That's
That is
the number
ridiculous.
I usually keep in mind, but
I mean, I've also been guilty of like going down the highway at like 80, like driving past a cop and then looking in the rear view going, they didn't pull up like behind me. And like, 80 and like a 65, but like I guess the difference on a highway is not too bad, but like it's like clearly I'm like passing people and like cop just stays on the side of the road. I'm like, interesting.
Unless it's usually the end of the month. As long as you're driving safely and not recklessly, they don't really give a fuck.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Mhm.
911, yes, hello, yeah, this bird right here. Also, for legal reasons, I don't advocate that people speed.
For legal reasons,
No.
don't speed.
Don't do
Obey
it. Just
the traffic laws.
use the cruise control.
Mhm.
Let it
Unless
happen on
you're
accident.
driving at 4 a.m. after staying out all night, then the cruise control can be your worst enemy.
I see bottles
Oh,
on the
yeah.
counter, but I don't see a burb reflection. Zimu's haunted.
Yes, I'm haunted.
Mhm, mhm.
Well,
But no, I was driving at like 4 a.m. being a bad bird, and may have fallen asleep at the wheel with the cruise
I have-
control on.
Yeah.
For
Let's
how
just say
long?
that there's a good mile and a half stretch of that highway I don't remember that night. I wish I was kidding.
a mile?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's straight at that point, but
Mojo,
yeah,
no.
Yee.
I paid for the whole use speedometer. Mojo, no.
Oh,
You can
no.
use the whole speedometer on
So-
a racetrack. How about that?
I run into
Yeah.
the problem of if I am on a long stretch of road that I am very familiar with, I get road hypnosis where
Okay.
I will remember being at point A and then I blink my eyes twice and I'm at point B and I don't remember any of it. But according to everyone who drives with me, not only was I talking, I was following the road laws.
I do that.
believe
I
that.
do that when I'm
Whoa.
singing, when I have music on and I start singing.
Same.
And I just kind of blank out, especially like if I'm on the highway. I'd be like, I don't remember the last 5 minutes. What just happened? What is going on?
It does remind me of a haunting feeling I do get if I'm a passenger and I'm sleepy in the front passenger seat of a car at night.
Hmm.
Sometimes if I like wake up from snoozing and open my eyes and I see the highway, I feel like I'm falling.
Mhm.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, and it'll be like half a second before my brain goes, no, never mind. You're just in a car. You're not falling next to a vertical highway going down.
That is really crazy. That is really crazy. Also,
Yeah,
Eli,
that's like-
hello.
Oh, wow.
Very specific.
Eli.
Hey.
I'm gonna give Eli a shout out because Eli just got a brand new model. Well, not no model, brand new
What?
design. It's not. It's not a. I don't believe it's currently a full model, but it's like a PNG.
Still, that's cool. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Minnie. Minnie beat me.
Mini good mod.
Their new design looks absolutely amazing. Their artist did a
Mini using the
fantastic job.
07. Bitch, you know I have an 07.
Wait, what?
Dix has an 07 emote.
Ah,
Well, muting for 2 seconds. Discord's you get actually. I can mute both. Hold on.
Oh.
I
Goodbye.
got blue in my nose. You guys can still talk. I'm just muting
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
bless.
I can hear it from the other
In
room.
Zemi's defense, he doesn't sound like a cat when he sneezes.
No, he does not.
Oh.
Did I say sneeze or blow my nose?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't. I legitimately don't remember because
I
I
don't
actually
know.
have a very unique way, a very unique version of dyslexia where I swap words in my head without realizing it.
Same though.
When I sneeze, I hold one in, I say a chew, and then I sneeze.
And then she'll sneeze again.
Hmm
Yes, Mojo.
Minnie's very confused.
Minnie, you've heard her do it.
I have the totally opposite sneezes of.
Leave me alone.
Washcloths, but mate.
Okay, I have to give context to this.
You mean paper towels?
Uh-oh.
Leave me alone.
Paper towel.
So, Mojo and I were working at the same supermarket at the time. I was behind the service desk. He was on the floor doing self-checkouts.
Mhm.
And I have to write up when we get left behinds, missing items, that sort of thing. And I'm staring at this roll of paper towels that was ripped out of the packaging but left behind.
Oh God.
And I'm sitting there and I'm staring at them. And I could not remember the word paper towel to save my fucking life. And I looked at Mojo and I was just like, washcloths made of paper. Paper towels?
Hey,
Yes.
Izzy,
Yes.
those are paper towels.
Uh-huh. I've done that several times in my life.
Oh my god.
Words
amazing.
just leave my brain.
You need to just come up with TikToks where there's somebody else who does this. There's a girl on TikTok, and she talks about her mother, who's Hispanic,
Oh yeah.
and
I
comes up
love
with
her.
There's
her
no English word.
and
I
comes up
love
with
her.
with her own English words for things.
My
Horse
mom is
tornado.
the queen of coming up with
The
new
horse
words.
tornado.
A horse tornado.
Oh my god.
You mean a carousel?
That would be
Oh, God.
frightening.
Oh, Los GBDs.
Los GBDs.
Los GBDs.
Those chibities?
Los GBDs. You are a Los GBDs, Emu.
Yeah, yeah.
What, a bird?
An
No,
LGBTQ.
Oh my
Los
God.
GBDs.
Oh,
Los GBDs.
I was so confused. I was like, what?
But no, wait,
Los
hold on. Z, it's Halloween, so it's the heebity GBDs.
Oh my God.
I want that shirt so bad. I
It's
want to get
so
it next
good.
Pride Month because she releases them at Pride Month.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
She's so funny.
Yes.
She's hilarious.
Minnie, why do you hate? You don't hate.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I've definitely thought about that though, because there are many stories where my brain just hard forgets a word and I come up with the closest equivalents. And Mojo can
Oh.
account for it. It happens a lot.
Oh no.
I will just hard freeze when I do that.
No, I
it's
sit, I
gone.
stare into the void, and then I announce like the closest equivalents I can think of.
No, I
I've-
just
I've-
say a lot and just
Or
kinda
she
go,
makes a sound or
a
gestures.
thing.
I've
I
done
make
it.
the
A
sound that
thing.
it makes, and sometimes Mojo gets it.
I've done it on stream a number of times where I'm like, what is that word?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And I'm like, it's like this, but it's not that. My brain just forgets English.
Nah, Zima
Mhm.
can attest that I just go the thing with the thing that belongs there, the thing, and then
And I
he has
just-
to try to
And then
guess.
just from the other room, like, yes, that's real specific. And she just,
and
she
I
does
just
that.
continue to go the thing. You know the thing I'm talking about. You know. It's just like I don't know what you're talking
like-
about.
I like how she's
have
like,
no
the
idea."
thing. The thing.
Oh my god, what was the other dumb one?
So she's overemphasizing the thing.
No.
The other dumb one I can think of. This happened with
Please stop.
hold on. We gotta do this with Squall together.
Whoa.
The thing.
Oh my god, the other dumb one that I can think of immediately off the top of my head. So, my dad and I had just gotten done doing yard work, and now, mind you, my dad lives in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. He owns, I think, like 100 acres of land,
Okay.
and so like several times a year we have to go through and mow parts of it because most of it's grassland. And so we had just got done mowing, and I have asthma really bad. And so when we mow, my asthma kicks in so bad. And so I looked to my dad and I asked him, where's the asthma stick?
The asthma stick.
My inhaler.
You mean
Oh.
your asthma bunk stick?
Asthma ball?
Yeah, I could not remember for the life of me that it was inhaler. And so I asked my dad, where's the asthma stick? And he just looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about, child?
You mean the thing that you breathe in or inhale?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
Oh
do
my
it a
God.
lot.
That's amazing.
English is my first language and it happens a lot.
It ain't easy being wheezing. True.
What's that? What's that meme, that Vine that was about the asthma? They did it. It was a legitimate thing, but they made it into a Vine.
Oh, fine.
An asthma meme?
Yeah.
Asthma meme.
I'm gonna look this up now.
became a Vine.
No idea.
It had, yeah, the thing.
The
The
thing.
thing? Oh no, we can't. The thing. Everything.
You think we
It had-
can't?
It had
Wait, is that the ninja doing the
He-
smoke bomb?
no.
Oh.
It was like a my God.
Oh, wait, here we go.
It was a song. It was
it
a
ain't-
song.
It ain't easy being wheezy.
I'm curious as to what you found.
I found a pin, a keychain on Etsy.
Called it, oh
It ain't easy being wheezy.
my God.
It's been a while.
But yeah. No, there was a Vine that was like
A first
Squall
language?
only has
based
a
off, it
first-
was based off an actual like asthma campaign that they were
Mhm.
like, oh, if you have asthma, like make sure you're like taking the steps to like actually get yourself better, and like have your inhaler on you, and like make sure you're shaking it, and this is how you use your inhaler. But it was so
Phallic.
memey.
Oh my god.
It was just so
So
memey that people
phallic.
made it into a Vine.
No,
Tell
you
us.
don't understand.
Uh-oh.
They shook the inhaler like a shake weight. It was the weirdest thing.
Oh no.
Z, do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
was
It
like-
just hit me because you said make sure you shake it, and I vividly remember them shaking it like a shake weight.
Oh my god.
That,
And the guy
that dates
from
it.
the guy who used to do, I forget what the fuck his name is. But the guy who used to do the he was on Animal Planet, used to do the animal funniest videos.
Oh yeah.
That guy, the black guy was on that
Yeah.
guy was on it. He was the one singing, doing the music. He was
I
amazing.
remember exactly what you're talking about. Way to like send me back to 2012.
Me and
Hey,
Squall
yo.
just here, me and Squall over here doing the same head tilt like
You
I
either
literally- I
get
literally
it or
did-
you don't.
You either know.
I literally sat here like
Or you
this,
don't.
and then I looked over at the screen, and Squall's doing the same pose.
If you know, you know.
Like if you know, you know. But like, God, I wonder if I can find that again. It's been a hot minute.
Was it Key? Oh my God! Hold on. The one line I remember is "Shake, shake, shake your medicine."
Yeah, shake, shake, your medicine, and they shook it like a fucking shake weight,
Oh my god.
and it looked terrible.
Oh my lord.
Oh my God!
Oh God, I remember another word I forgot.
Oh my God! It was called Asthma Jams.
Asthma jams.
Asthma jams? What?
Oh,
Oh man.
God damn it.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
I just remembered another word that I had to like ask Mojo what the word was.
Mhm.
Oh.
Kitchen stabby.
Knife?
Knife?
Yeah.
that one's not too far off.
I don't know why
Figure that
I
one out
couldn't
quick.
remember knife. I'm just like kitchen stabby.
What do you have? A knife! No! Well, you glad you joined us?
Wow.
He's so done with our shit.
Wait. Hold on. We gotta get
No.
I'm stuck. There we go.
Squall stuck.
Any of you help me?
I'm not letting you out of the
No.
box anytime soon, sir.
Well, I have the 3-dimensional goggles, so I'm not giving them
That's
back
all
then.
right. You and me are the only 3D things here.
Oh,
I mean, Vix has some bouncy 3D things.
I mean, Vix is bouncy, but I'm pretty sure she's 2D still.
It's technically 2D.
all good. It's all good. I mean,
I can spin.
spin.
Squall can spin too.
I can spin.
Is that a
No.
what secret lab chair is that?
I don't know if he heard.
Wow,
I think his
so he
headset
pulled his
unplugged.
headset out.
Yeah.
Squall, what secret lab chair is that? Which one?
This is the Dota 2 one.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fancy.
great. From Moosh got that for me
Yeah.
like 3 years ago. I lost track, but it's
I've
still
had-
holding up great.
I've had a what is this? I've had a DX racer chair for years.
Mm-hmm.
It
You
is
need a new
finally
I
chair.
have
dying.
an S racer.
I have a secret lab as well. I have a customized. It's pink. It's secret lab.
Ooh.
I want the KDA one so badly, but I can't justify spending another like $700 on a chair.
I'm over here that's just gonna be like, hey, when this chair finally dies and when we finally move, so we have got one less thing to move.
Ow!
I'm just gonna be like, hey, $160 office chair,
Let's go.
and
Okay.
it'll actually give more support.
But
Yeah.
I want to steal the office chair that I have at my day job because, like, have you heard about like the magic office chair? Like, it's a $900 chair that every office individual swears by because it fixes their backs and it's so comfortable.
A magic office chair.
Yes.
It must be one of those Herman
Is it the
Millers,
one
right?
that you can sit in like any fucking way?
No, but I'm trying to
Oh.
talk my boss into getting me one of those.
Oh! Actually, one of the people I used to work with had one of these.
All
If it's
of
the
the
one I-
office has those chairs,
Wait,
and I want to
is it
steal
mesh?
it so bad. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 115
Mm.
bucks. It's not like 900.
Just present a CapEx case for more ergonomic chairs and desks.
I'm gonna put it in the
Ooh.
chat.
Do that.
I'm gonna put
I
a link
think
to it in the chat, but it's
the
like
company
100
invented them originally. Herman Miller. Theirs are expensive.
Theirs are the expensive ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the
Yeah, that's the
$1,000
knockoff.
range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
no,
just
like-
present a CapEx case that if you go to budget meetings or whatnot, like present a CapEx case for more ergonomic type of chairs,
Mhm.
and they'll potentially consider it. I'd had
Okay,
to do
but
that at my last
the,
job.
the thing about my boss, I love her so much.
Mhm.
If you want something, she will do everything in her power to get it for you.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
awesome.
Like, you don't even have to
Mm.
like do a budget thing. You just ask her like, "Hey, I'd be more comfortable with this," and she's like, "Done, let's go."
Yeah, but
She
sometimes
probably
like chairs
has-
and stuff like that, they have to go through a CapEx.
Mhm.
So it's just like easier to just be like, yeah, here's all the things you need for it anyways. Go get me one. That's what I had to do at one point. I was like, I want a standing desk. They're ergonomic. Here's my CapEx case. Here you go.
Fair enough.
And then we got standing desks for the whole office. Like,
God, I
it's
love
not
a
just
standing
me.
desk though.
I'm supposed to be getting one. My boss was supposed to get me one 2 weeks ago, and I don't know what happened with it. He's
Oh.
dragging his goddamn feet.
How did we get here?
I don't know. We were talking about spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went to asthma.
Do we have any other spooky stories?
I do.
Oh,
More 4 a.m. malarkey.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This one's pretty recent, and Amoosh also is familiar with it, but it affects me more because 4 a.m. is 4 a.m. It's
Yeah.
dark. I'm going to work, turning around, locking the door. I walk 5 feet forward. The front sensor light turns on, but then I also hear, "Can I help you?"
What the fuck?
Excuse me.
Voice out of nowhere. So the first 3 seconds, my brain's like, "Who? What?" And then I go, "Fuck! It's the ring light." Damn,
Can I
smart,
help you?
the smart
Yo.
camera doorbell thing.
Can
Oh,
I
God.
help you?
You can set your ring light to say, "Can I help you for you?" So that way there's a proper introduction given at the start of recordings.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That's so
and
funny.
I set it off at 4 a.m.
Oh my god. I would
I'm like,
die.
You've successfully theft deterred me from my own home. I'm running. I'm gone.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Running to my car. It's just that. I think it's done it to me a couple times, but I forget if it's been a while.
It's not even
Not
ring. It's
even ring, it's
off-brand.
off brand.
Oh my God. So I have a story
Oh.
that a friend had told me.
Mhm.
And mind you, this is me slightly forgetting some of the details and the fact that a friend was telling it. So I don't know how much of it. Bear in mind that it's not all going to be 100% accurate, and it's also I could also be misremembering things, or it's also could just be like a made up story. But supposedly they were driving at like, it was like it had to be like midnight, 1 a.m., and they were on a long car ride.
Mhm.
And they're driving out in the middle of nowhere on a highway, and the fog starts to come in because it's getting to like 1 a.m., 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And they're going out along the coast, coming up on a rotary. And since the fog started coming in, they started slowing down. When I say like they're on a highway, I mean like we're talking not like a interstate. We're talking like a state highway. So the speed limit's already like 40.
Mhm.
And so they start slowing down because it's getting really, really hard to see. And because it's also getting foggy, they wanted to focus, so they turned on the radio, and it's getting a little bit quiet and a little bit creepy. And as they're driving along at like 20 miles an hour, because they know that there's a rotary coming up, but they don't want to accidentally hit anything because it's just really, really poorly lit, they end up seeing a car on the side of the road. And they're like, okay, that's weird. Man, as they're pulling up towards the car, they actually noticed in the middle of the road a shoe
Huh?
with a car on the side of the road. And so they slow even further down to figure out what's going on because this car is just sitting there. And as they're passing by, oh my God, Carrot!
Hold up. I gotta shout out Carrot.
The Carrot Wizard. The Wizard of Carrot.
The Carrot Wizard.
There we go.
Hello, Carrot. Welcome on in.
What we
I
got
beat
deep
you,
How's
Minnie.
Haha.
How was your stream?
How was Deep Fair?
Deep Fear?
Mm-hmm.
Just continuing the story. So he's pulling up past the car, and he's slowing down. He turns the radio like off because he's trying to figure out what happened. Did this car just pull over to the side of the road? And as they pull forward and they're looking out where it's like foggy and dark, they see somebody lying in front of the car.
Yo.
And as they look, they hear and see out of the peripheral vision of their eyes, because they're already looking across the car, someone sitting in their passenger seat screaming. Needless to say, they sped up, drove a little bit down the road, and pulled over to figure out what's going on. And they looked at the seat directly, and there was nobody there. They pulled over and dialed emergency services, and basically were like, "Hey, there's a car, and I think something happened, and somebody might have gotten hit. Here." And they're like, "Okay, can you wait for somebody?" Like, "No, I need to go." So they basically reported it and moved along.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically the way that they told it was, it sounded like somebody didn't realize what had happened and like was asking what the hell happened.
Holy. We don't get to know what happened.
That's insane.
Also, Blue
That
Hope Cape,
got
welcome
you.
on in. Thank you for coming in with the raid. The Carrots game only crashed like 3 times.
That's why we
Well,
snickered.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's why we were laughing.
Just like, oh no.
Oh my goodness. I have a story, I guess, kind of similar to Squall's, except more supernatural and doesn't have anything to do with a ring.
Not that ring.
7 days.
I was at a ex-boyfriend's house back when I was dating him, so we were hanging out, and I was hungry, so I went to his kitchen and I opened up the fridge, and as I turned the corner and got to the fridge, I heard something whisper into my ear in a different language. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And it was just me and my ex at the time, and we were just like, no one else was at the house.
No one else was in the room when it happened.
And he was downstairs, so I can't even like blame the TV for it or anything like that, because he was like down. So he had a multi-level, his parents owned a multi-level house where they had the upstairs, and then his grandmother, who at the time was in hospice. So his grandmother had like the downstairs, but because she was away, we had like her rooms and whatnot to like hang out in. So I went upstairs and got to the kitchen and heard, and I swear I can't say what language it was because I don't know a lot of languages, but I swear it sounded like Latin. So that's
Romantic,
fun.
at least.
Yeah, right?
But shoot.
That's interesting.
Little tidbit stories. Spook stories.
Nothing. Nothing supernatural. Things scare me, but dang.
Ooh, I just remembered one. Holy, way to send me back to Little Z. Hey, yo.
Baby stuff.
So, baby, like kindergarten.
Oh.
So, like I said before, my dad owns like a lot of land.
Mhm.
And on part of this land, he built myself and my older brother a playset that included like this little, I don't want to call it a dollhouse because it wasn't really a dollhouse. Like my dad essentially built a second tiny house. Like it had carpeting, it was heated, it had water in it. And like that was connected to a playset. So like you could climb up a set of steps up to like a captain's outlook, and then that had a slide, and then there was swings connected to it. Like my dad spoiled the shit out of us, long story short. But so it was like, I want to say end of August. Hello, new person.
I'm a cheeky. Welcome on in.
But I want to say it was like end of August. It was right before school was going to start. And I was out on the playset and it was getting really dark.
Mhm.
And I remember I was up on like the captain's outpost, like the outlook, which, you know, a little bit off the ground, but you could use the slide, get off sort of thing. Who's on TV? What are we watching? That's Squall.
That would
That
be
is Squall. That is
Squall is joining us from the 3-dimensional plane.
I trapped him in a box and he doesn't like it, but that's too bad because I'm not letting him out anytime soon. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck,
But-
Squall.
But
So-
Amajiki, welcome in. My name is Zimu. This is Squall on the TV. That is Z in the bottom left and Vixen in the bottom right.
Hello.
Yeah. But so I'm up on the captain's outlook and I'm looking out at our backyard, which my dad had just recently mowed. And off in the corner where we used to grow all of the crops, I see what looked like a deer walk out from like the growing corn. And I'm like, oh, that's weird because deer never get this close to the house. And so little Z's just sitting there, just watching, you know, what looks like a deer, just wandering around, looked like it was munching on grass, but it kept getting closer to the playset, which
Mhm.
again, I thought that was weird because the deer near where we were at never got close to like people, especially
Mhm.
because where we live being in the middle of nowhere, when hunter's season came up, you just would never see them.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm watching this deer, and then the deer gets on 2 legs.
Uh-oh.
I have never sprinted so fast in my life. That was not a deer.
That was a not deer.
That was a not deer.
It was. What was it?
It was
a not deer.
It's literally called a not
It's
deer.
literally called a
literally
not deer.
called a not
Yeah.
It's a
deer.
crypt-
not
it's a cryptid.
deer.
It's a
It's a
cryptid.
cryptid.
What?
Like, I gotta look this up. Hold on.
Squall
Squall's
literally going to
using
the
his
internet right now.
computer.
I don't know
Yeah,
what a
it's-
not deer is. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Is
not
that
deer.
what we call a
It's not-
Wendigo? No.
It's not quite a Wendigo.
Okay.
That's how you have to stream.
So,
Yeah, but no, like Little Z was just so confused because I still in my life have never had a deer get that close to me.
hmm
And then I
That
watched the
would never
motherfucker get on 2 legs. And I ran so fast. And of course, my mom and dad didn't believe me because I was 6.
I'm going to assume. So Amajiki writes. I just looked up when bucks don't have antlers to fight with, they stand straight up with their hind legs to battle with razor sharp hooves. I'm gonna guess that they didn't stand up like a deer would. I'm
No,
guessing they stood up like a human.
like it wasn't like it curled its little front
Oh,
feetsies against its
God.
chest and was like trying to stand proud. This fucker put its front legs like to its sides like a person would, just limp armed.
So you have two choices here, right? You could have, depending on where you were, it could have been a not deer, which are usually found in like the Adirondacks, or like the Catskills area, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or you could have been face to face with a skinwalker.
It might have been a skinwalker because legends of those are actually far more common where I'm at. But like the sucker dead ass looked like a deer. I have never been so freaked out in my life. I refuse to go out on the playset after dark after that.
Jesus, yeah. That would, yeah.
Did he put his hands on his hips? No, but that would have been funny.
Motherfucker was
Oh
like,
shucks, they left again. I can't make any
I just
friends.
wanted to make friends.
That's
It's what we call a problem, and what we should do is get the fuck out.
yeah.
Minnie,
So
Minnie, if
Absolutely.
I would have, I would, but I was 6.
So I've got a short little thing from Reddit that would be
Mhm.
really fun for people to react, for you guys to
Let's
react. with.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
So
go.
this is-
Where the
this is
fuck are you
called-
going?
So this is called Desperate Times.
Ooh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Stories with Zemu? ASMR Zemu stories? What? Hold on.
Ayo.
Do I need to get cozy? What-
Am I about
my
to get
God.
some of that tasty voice
Hold on,
again?
I'm gonna get
Let's
cozy.
go.
Make sure my hands are good.
I'm get cozy over here.
So
Ooh.
It's free real estate.
it's free real estate. Uh,
Oh my god.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Or you're covering up the
Gotta
booba.
get cozy.
Covering up the booba.
I'm trying to make it larger.
It would be hilarious if you took 2 of them and put 1 on each booba.
No, one for the frog.
Oh my gosh.
Just the frog. Nothing
There we go.
else.
Phoebe says, "Can you give 1 to Squall?"
Give me one.
You want one?
I've got
Hold
a
on.
hoodie. I'm good. Oh man.
You gotta put it behind you.
I do have
Tucking
to put it
Squall
behind
in.
me. Hold on.
Moosh says, "I got you, Vivi."
Let's go.
It's gonna get big. It's gonna
Wait,
get
what?
big again.
Oh,
Hold on.
no. I
Oh
got
my God.
one,
Oh.
I guess.
Oh,
Moosh is delivering
Moosh
Squall
is giving
one.
him a blanket.
I got this gigantic
Oh my
tortilla.
god.
Oh, you got one. Okay, never mind. You good. You good. We got
Joke's
you.
on you. I wear a blanket every time I stream.
So
All right,
So,
I'm not gonna put a
this
blanket on.
this is called Desperate Times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's go.
I lost my job last year and things have been tight. My wife works, so we've been
My work?
relying on her wage.
Mhm.
I took over cooking and housework as I'm home all day now. I'm looking for work, but fast food places don't seem to want people my age. Some days it all feels quite desperate and out of control. I do quite well with budgeting for most bills, but I've had to do a lot of stretching on food now on our new lower income. Lots of cheap pasta dishes and buying up veggies on special offers that need to be cooked immediately. A lot of protein is totally out of reach from a price point of view. Cheap cuts I could sometimes manage, but it's near the best before date. Again, selling as a special offer. But those go fast in a local supermarket. Even food banks have mostly pasta or canned foods. There are a lot of people in our situation, it seems. We really aren't as healthy as we used to be either. Recently, though, we've been doing better. My wife came home last week with ground meat, so I prepped a ton of dishes and froze them. This week, she's got kidneys for a pie. I'm not unappreciative. I just don't know how she's affording it all. Her job at the mortuary really doesn't pay that well.
No! I'm a vegetarian right now.
No!
It doesn't end with a Zemu joke.
Unlucky.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find a story that came to mind. And I remember most of it, but I want to do it justice. But God knows if I can find the author because the name pops in my head like once every 3 years and I go on a binge of their stories.
That's a mood.
Fantastic. I was gonna say the not deer, assuming that's a real thing,
Mm-hmm.
reminds me it must be like some kind of not comfy looking deer, right?
Oh hell no!
Oh
No,
no,
it's twisted.
Does it look anything like a deer?
Yes,
Yes,
Vaguely.
from a
It's in-
distance.
bits and pieces.
Yes.
Because those are the only things that scare me at 4 a.m.
What, not deer?
No, actual deer.
Deer.
Oh, okay.
You have to look out for those when you're driving.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah,
no, that's fair.
Yeah, same
It's-
here.
It sucks because it's the only accident I've ever had is a deer
Oh.
running into my car at 4 a.m.
Aw.
And it scared the heck out of me because they just come from the side and they can't help it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's
And you can't even react to it either because they just jump out and you're like, oh no.
no, yeah, they're just not behaving like logically
They-
like we would or something
Mhm.
with traffic or whatever. They
Mhm.
don't know. Yeah.
At least you
Um,
don't have to go hunting.
Oh, I've never done that. No. The closest thing I guess is I have heard deer alongside of me when I rode my bike
That's cool.
because everything's so quiet. You'll
Mhm.
pick up on that sound, and it's
Interesting.
it's kind of scary because it reminds me of the one bit in Silent Hill 2 when you're in the middle of the prison and there's absolutely no
Oh.
sound except
Yeah.
for those hooves trotting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it makes you look around, but there's nothing there, and it's like, oh. So I can't do that sound.
I'm struggling to find the story, but I remember enough of it where I can share if you guys want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm multitasking as well while you're telling the story, so don't mind things popping up on the screen.
That's fine. A few days ago, my wife had given birth in the hospital. The entire time, she was screaming in absolute agony. I thought the whole event rather weird. Since the months leading up to the birth of our baby girl, she kept having these horrendous nightmares, insisting that inside of her was a demon. And yet every time we went to see a priest or an exorcist, everyone told her that she was fine. That is a big frog.
It's their royal mooshness.
Yes.
I know
After
that.
many attempts of having her talk with priests and exorcists, insisting that everything was fine, she continued to insist that our oncoming baby was a demon and begged me to let her have an abortion. But we had been trying for a child for about 10 years at this point. I insisted that she just let this come to pass, and it might have just been the delusions of her pregnancy. When she went into labor a few days ago, it was quite volatile and violent. The screams of agony throughout the entire process. But afterwards, she brought into the world our beautiful baby girl. The doctors found it quite strange that she was born with teeth, but she was the most beautiful thing that we had ever seen. We decided not to question it. She was our little miracle. Thank God that my wife also agreed, because the moment she laid eyes on her daughter, her tune changed. She wanted nothing but the best for our daughter. Here I sit, watching her breastfeed, but I do have to wonder what we're going to do after this session. After all, she's eaten through both of my wife's breasts.
Oh no.
What?
Oof.
Oh no. Oh no, bro.
No.
That is one of my favorites because I didn't understand. It's like the baby was born with teeth. The wife is insisting it's a demon. What is going on? And then it's like, it's eaten both of her breasts. So I'm like, oh, it is a fucking demon.
Oh.
That goddamn demon.
So I've got a whole bunch of these ones too. The 2-sentence horror stories.
I love the 2-sentence horror.
Marbles.
Oh no. Okay. Can you riff on that? We're not gonna switch the stream over to marbles on stream.
Next time,
I meant-
BB. Next time.
I meant to turn that one to turn that one off. Appreciate you if you riff on that.
Hold up.
Bad streamer.
Don't let Vivi bully.
Bully.
I'm not about to change over marble from the first openness to marbles tonight. Thank you.
Got your marble right here.
Let's go.
So 2-sentence horror story.
Mm-hmm.
I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear. It's all so dark and all the time. If I knew I'd be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead.
Oh.
Damn. How do I feel being the only flesh tuber here? It is what it is.
Oh gosh, I just remembered another one that like I don't know super well, but I know enough of it to tell the story.
Ooh,
If you guys want me to.
of course.
Vix, do you have something?
Yeah.
What? No. I'm sorry.
Just zone.
No.
Yes, Minnie. I see you over there. What you wanting?
Minnie's like, I'm already.
Give me
Give
a
you
pin. Give me a spin.
a spin.
Give me a spin.
Spin.
I'm not Spin the Ella.
Spin.
Oh my god.
Spin.
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 Rotate.
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 Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let me grab myself.
Rotate.
Meow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I can spin. I don't know what you were
Can't spin that
expecting, Minnie.
What have I done with the rotate emote? It got replaced with a fantastic emote.
That's gotta be the new bird, right?
Yeah, we got new
Wiggle
Wiggler.
Bird.
Wiggle Bird is live on here.
Yay!
I hate to say
Thank you.
it, but
It turned out so good.
it did. It
Migo
turned
did
out-
amazing.
But you're rotate. So I understand the rotating meme, and I did it for a reason because Gremlin rotating is hilarious. However, Scuff rotate needs to give way to actual animated emote. And it is fantastic.
Oh.
I do like Wiggle Bird though.
Wiggle burb, wiggle burb, wiggle burb.
That's really good.
You bastard, you're
cowboy.
right.
Pawn line.
Okay.
Wiggles in the chat, please.
Wiggles in the chat, please.
So, what other channel do you know that has Wigglers, but instead of Wigglers, it is just pigeon meme?
I love
I don't
pigeon meme,
really
though.
know. Like, yeah, honestly, like,
You can thank Vix for the idea. Vix was just like, "Hey."
you're welcome.
Also, where the fuck did my tail go? Is it behind
No one knows. It's
my
gone.
head?
Don't worry about it.
It's just been creeping left this whole time.
Yeah. It's got a mind of its own.
Yes, Migo did the emote.
Wiggle,
Yeah.
wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boo doo doo boo boo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
So Vix, do you have more spooky stories?
Do I have more spooky stories? Yeah.
Because I have one if you don't.
I have a whole ton. Cause your girl right here used to practice black magic, so
Oh, neat.
I got a lot. So
Squall's just like, why am I here?
Stress.
No, I'm safe. I'm safe.
Yeah, you're
screen-
stuck in the
the screen
box right
protects
now.
it.
You're
safe in the
safe.
box. Safe in the box.
It'd be hilarious if I threw something off the screen now and Moosh just assisted me by throwing it at you IRL.
I mean, mainly all of my stories are just like interactions or like sightings of things. They're not like all that. Did I hear practice magic? Yes, you did. They're not like super in depth, but they're like when I was in high school, my clan and I were hanging out in the graveyard, like you do.
Mhm.
Like
We're-
you do.
You know, we thought we were cool back in high school. And it was late and we had just finished a session and me and my friend look up from what we were doing and in front of us, probably a good 4 or 5 like gravestones away was a black dog. And I have seen a black dog twice in my life. If
Ever?
anyone knows what a black dog is,
I do.
okay. So black
You
dog is
mean-
like a hellhound.
Not a
They
Labrador?
No.
No.
They are a
No, no.
supernatural
This is-
being, almost
This
like a
is
hellhound.
not okay. It's called Black Dog. It looks nothing like a dog.
No. It is basically a hellhound. And the story goes that if you see them 3 times, it is to signify that there is a death, or most people attribute it to your death, but it could
Mhm.
be like a death of a family member or a death of a career. Like it's kind of like just you're not
I-
going to have a good time.
I have always known it as if you yourself are not to perish, the person closest to you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, aren't
So
they
I
like
have
not like
seen-
they're like gigantic. They're like
They're
basically
big.
person
Yeah, they're
size, right?
huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
Like if you think Great Danes are big, these are bigger.
You're talking like almost.
What?
You're talking larger than a wolf,
Yeah.
and
like,
they
these
don't
things are
look.
huge.
They don't look entirely like dogs. Like, yes, they are on 4 legs. Yes, they are black. They have red eyes, but they're a supernatural being.
Yeah.
That are attributed to hell. They're basically hellhounds.
Yeah.
And I've seen one. Probably not the same one, but I've seen them twice. So I'm like dreading that one of these days I'm gonna
Next
see it a
time.
third time.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, someone help.
See, if you were to see them 3 times in your life, if you yourself are not to perish, the closest person to you will.
Mhm.
That is how I've always known it.
Yep.
Wow.
So that was another spooky experience. And I didn't know what it was at the time, so I was freaking the fuck out because I just look up and there's this gigantic beast with like these big teeth and like mine, what big teeth you have? And just like red glowing eyes and this dark mass, and it just
Mhm.
it was really scary. It was not a fun experience. But yeah, I've seen that.
I believe. He's very spook.
While performing magic with your clan.
Well, yep. Yep.
Yep, that's how it go.
Okay.
There's
It
there's
do be like
reasons that there's reasons that I am more open to attachments than most people
Mm-hmm.
because I've worked with some dark stuff. And so that's also the reason why there were a lot of dark masses in my house, like we were talking about earlier, the black shadows that I've seen.
Fam, did you
In my
fuck with a
parents'
Ouija
house.
board?
Did I fuck with a Ouija board? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No doubt there.
Vix, no.
Though I've never contacted said Ouija board spirit that is really bad, and I will not say its name. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
If you know, you know.
you know. If you don't look it up.
A Luigi board?
The Ouija board?
Luigi
A Luigi board?
All I know is to stay the heck away from that thing in Phasmophobia.
No, okay.
you can interact with it.
It is so much fun in Phasmophobia.
Everyone tells me to stay away from it.
No, play with it.
You
So
have to end it correctly, but
You just have to say
otherwise.
you just have to say goodbye before you put it down. Otherwise, it comes to hunt.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
Which I found out the hard way because I was trying to ask a
You burn
question
Luigi
and it
board.
started hunting. So I ran
Did
away
you-
from the board and it pissed it off.
Mhm.
So it
So-
hunted for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, fun thing that happens occasionally is you can accidentally drop it, and when you drop it, it burns up.
Yep.
So like if you just accidentally drop it, it's just like I didn't get a chance to close it. Oh no, it's coming for me.
Yep.
I found a
Too
TikTok.
late.
I feel like I need to find it again. I don't know if I saved it. But basically, these two people were playing Phasmophobia and they asked the Ouija board, how many people have shit in this house? And it said 0. And then the board burned up and the guy ran into the bathroom and the ghost followed him and killed him.
Oh my
Fix that
god.
right now.
And
Let's
so
go.
no one has shit in that house.
Oh my god.
I feel like, Minnie, did you send that to me? Because I feel like that's
Probably.
why I saw it.
What about you, Squall? You got any spooky stories?
No. I'm Silent Hill 2 brained.
That's all right.
Vivi's
Silent Hill 2 brain.
Yeah, I'm pretty old, so I played it when it came out
Mm-hmm.
on a little freaking 13-inch CRT TV at my ex's house.
Oh my god.
Going, this is the most amazing game I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
In 2001, it was such a huge jump, and then it was scary on top of it.
Yup.
And I could not play that game alone. Someone had to watch me play it.
Oh my god.
It was unbearable.
So what you're saying
don't
is
know
a
what
Squall stream tomorrow, revisiting?
What?
Let's go.
No.
Squall revisits his childhood. Finally
That's like-
conquers.
That's like
Finally
Zimu
conquers his
playing
fear.
Amnesia, though.
Yeah, that would do it for
I
me.
did beat that. I did beat it
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but you don't like playing it by yourself,
No.
though.
No, I really don't. Did you beat that, Z?
No.
No. How far
Hell
did you get?
no. I hit a point of such high anxiety that I'm like, no, I'm done.
How far did you get?
I got to the sewers filled with the toxic moss.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So
there's
I'm,
a
I
lot
think, halfway through the game at this point. Maybe a little bit less.
about. There's a lot of puzzles right there.
Oh, I
Mhm.
know. That's the other reason I stopped. Is it's like,
Fucking
okay, I
puzzles.
recognize this area.
Fucking puzzle.
I want to cry because I'm already stressed the fuck out. I'm walking away.
I need
Fair.
a break.
Well, so
Every-
I've explained this to Zimu proper. I found out about Phasmophobia, as most people did, because of PewDiePie.
Mhm.
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
Amnesia. Fuck. Leave me alone. But I found out about the game because of PewDiePie. And I, being Smolzy, watching this, decided it was an excellent idea to watch his videos at 2 a.m.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh.
And needless to say, when the monster popped up on screen right in front of his face and he screamed and quit the game, that image has haunted me into my adulthood.
Mhm.
You
Whoa.
can ask my chat who was there for the stream. I was perfectly fine with every aspect of the game until I heard the monster and then I turned into a crying little bitch.
I even tried spooking you a couple times. You're just like, hi.
Just, hi, I'm fine. But then I heard the monster. And just, I don't scare easy, like as an adult, because my little gremlin child brain was like, spooky stuff, nightmares for
Mhm.
months. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
So I'm one of those assholes that laughs at horror movies.
Me too. I can never watch horror movies though. I'm not allowed.
Damn.
I'm
Like, I don't
terri-
spook easy.
I'm gonna be terrified because so I on stream I've played Amnesia, I played both the Little Nightmares, I've played now Dead Space 1 and 2, I've also played Soma.
Mhm.
And part of
Ooh.
my rotation now for games is going to be including a spooky game. Granted, it might not always be a horror game, but it's gonna be spooky. Like it could either be psychological horror, could be just tension or like tense or whatever. It's gonna be a regular part of my content now.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Seema, you should play Madison.
Nice.
Do
Oh,
it.
no.
Do it. Okay, but like I'm gonna be honest with you, Vix, because I love you to bits and pieces. I called every fucking jump scare before it happened. I'm just
That's a
sitting there
skill.
like,
It still got me though. Like I
Yeah.
knew like things were coming up, and I was like, he's gonna be in this hallway. Fucking, what did we name him? Kevin. Kevin's gonna be in this hallway. I'm like, fuck you, Kevin.
There was one point where in Soma, I'm like, ooh, there's a hallway here, and I hear the thing, and I'm like, okay, the door. I'm like, okay, the door opened, it's not there.
and
So
it
then
was
I-
right there.
So the door opened, it wasn't there. I hear the thing at the other end of the hallway. I turn around trying to like just get away from it. And then like I turn around to try to close the door and it's in my face. And I legitimately just like jumped and like fell backwards.
Is that what the thunk
Yeah.
was in the video? Or did you actually fall?
I didn't actually fall. I like jumped back in my chair. Cause like
Okay.
if I lean back,
Bye, Barb.
like
Barb.
that's
Bye, Barb.
tilting my chair back.
Yeah. I heard a thunk like at that part of the video and I'm like, did he fall? What happened?
I might have thunked my microphone.
Maybe.
Maybe that.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, so to explain it without like explaining it, who all knows creepypasta?
Yes.
I-
Absolutely.
Classic.
Lived on that shit through middle school.
Yep.
So horror really doesn't get to me anymore because it was creepypasta, it was 80s horror movies. It was like, if it was spooky, I would just like inhale because I loved that stuff. And now as an adult, I look at horror and I'm just like, this fucking sucks.
I know. So there are so many. I used to love horror movies. I used to watch them all the time. I used to play lots of horror games. I used to love going to like haunted houses and stuff like that. And just like, I get so disappointed now when like
You just reminded me of a haunted house story.
I get so disappointed now when like things don't scare me. Like I watch
Right?
Markiplier's 3 scary videos and whatnot.
I
3
can't
scary
watch them
games.
because I get bored.
I'm like, they don't scare me. It's entertaining, but nothing scares me anymore. Madison was the first game to actually like jump scare me and get me in a long time. And so like that was fun. That was a good feeling.
But so haunted house story, well, it's stuck in my head
Mhm.
because it'll fly away if I don't share it. So where I live, there is a huge, like, it is a state-known haunted house put on at one of the national monuments where I live. And it's a huge deal. Like, it's only done for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday before on Halloween. And so I think I was like 17. I might have been 16. I was still in high school regardless. That year they had the regular haunted house. And then they had what they called Dead Man's Tunnel. And to go into Dead Man's Tunnel, if you were under the age of 18, you had to have a parent sign off on a consent form because it was supposed to be like that scary. And, it took me forever to beg like either my dad or my grandparents to like sign off on it. And finally I got my dad to sign off on it because he wanted to go too. And so we made a whole thing of it. We decided to go to Dead Man's Tunnel together. And the way that Dead Man's Tunnel starts is they put a black burlap sack over your head.
What?
And then they tie your wrist to a rope. And then you are led by a tour guide. Both your hands had to stay on the rope. But you were led by a tour guide with your hands on this rope and this burlap sack over your head. And so we're walking through, and the first part of Dead Man's Tunnel was supposed to be like atmospheric horror. And I just vividly remember, I don't know if it was like supposed to be like a scent machine or if it was an actual person, but regardless, something was shoved into my face that smelled like bad garbage. And I, without skipping a beat, just said, dude, you need a breath mint.
Oof.
And the entire tunnel lost their shit.
Oh my god.
Because I was the youngest person in the group. They thought I was going to be the easiest person to scare.
Oh my god.
And I, without
So
pause, was
funny.
just like, dude, you need a breath mint.
That's so funny. I had a bad haunted house experience though.
Oh no.
Because it was one of those like, do you remember like going to like carnivals or like fairs or like a boardwalk and they have like those haunted house rides?
Oh, yeah.
And like I used to love those. Those things are like amazing. Except for this one time where I went to where I normally go.
When you're an actor, it's your job and some teen fucking roast you.
Yeah.
Bro. But I went to one of these like boardwalk things and there was that one of those haunted houses and I had gone there like every year since I was really little and like I just loved the ride. I thought it was so fun. And at one point there's this one section where one of the technicians reaches their hand out to scare you and makes a loud noise.
Yep.
but they're not supposed to touch you.
No, that's part of the waiver.
But this person, I don't think they realized how small I was. And so they reached out to like scare me and pulled their hand back. But when they pulled their hand back, they grabbed the top of my head and my hair and pulled and yanked my hair. And like, so I will never go back because like I was, it wasn't like, it didn't scare me or anything, but like it fucking hurt.
Well, yeah,
like,
he grabbed you
the
by your
car
hair.
is, yeah, because the car's still going. And here I am being like dragged out of the car by my hair.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Pain.
Ow.
It was unfun. It was not the fun. But then I got to go on the rides for free the rest of the day. So that was good.
I mean, take advantage, you know.
Yeah, you know. I got free pizza. The boardwalk had pizza and they gave me free pizza too.
Sure, that is too kinky for me right now.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, you know, it was a lose-win situation.
How about
So,
the human in the box? Does the human have any haunted house stories?
Ah,
Do you like haunted houses?
I like them, but I don't think they've ever scared me. Just because I know that's like the point.
Right.
I don't know why. I'm just irrationally like still scared of playing video games by myself. I can watch streams of people playing scary games and then it's comfy, but when I do it, ever since I've been real little, it's been a thing. Like all the way back to like Myst, the original Myst, that freaking point and click game on the island. It scared me because it's like no one's here. And then out of nowhere you will like find something and then you'll like see a video of someone and it'll scare you because it's just like, oh shit, there's someone here. Fuck. And I'm like, how old am I? I'm like 9 at the time.
Isn't
So-
that supposed to be like an adult horror game too?
I think
It's not
so.
supposed to be a horror game at all.
Isn't it?
Myst? Nah.
Because I thought Sock played it too. And I thought
I
Sock
thought
said it was a
Sock
horror
did.
game.
Myst? No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's elements of it that are like maybe I don't think it's intended to be scary. It maybe has accidentally came off that way just because you're at a place that's alone. And it's not like they're trying to make you scared because like loneliness. It's because the tech at the time, they can't render tons of people yet in 3D. It's too tricky. So it's like it's a treat, they thought, if you actually get to see someone, but instead it's out of nowhere seeing someone when you haven't been for like an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes it kind of scary. Although I will be fair, I think there are bits in Myst 2 Riven and Myst 3 that are supposed to be scary when you do see someone, but initially I don't think it was supposed to be scary at all. It was supposed to be intriguing.
I wonder if they took the first one from that experience.
Maybe.
Bless you.
Bingo.
So I wonder if they took the experience from Myst 1 and they adapted it for Myst 2 and 3.
I think for Myst 3 they definitely did because they got a big actor, Brad Dourif, to play this guy who'd been trapped in a book for like 10 or 20 years and he was going crazy. So when he finally sees you, he's like set up this like psychopathic like mod to like all the puzzles on the islands just to throw you off. So he's kind of messing with you. In that case, I think it is supposed to be a little scary, but it's not like you're playing like a jump scare horror game like they are now, where it's like, okay, at any point in the next 5 minutes I could die. It's Myst games were never like you could die at any point that easily. So maybe that's why it also was like, oh God, when you see someone. And then you could, but
Valid.
I know when I was little. Part of the reason I'm not a huge fan of haunted houses. So my parents were like, "Hey, we want to go to a haunted house."
Okay.
You guys are old enough. You guys got to experience this, so we're gonna do it as a family.
Okay.
My sister at the time is, she's got to be like, I was young. I don't remember exactly how young I was. I think I was like 9, which means my brother's like 7. And so she's like, okay, we don't want to get a babysitter. We want to do this as a family. Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
We end up going to a haunted house.
Yep.
Was it the haunted house?
Yes. No.
Okay.
No, there was a local haunted house. That
Oh.
it's a local haunted house. That's kind of one of those ones that it's a building that's there all year round because it comes back every year. And
Okay. Now you
I
got me
can-
confused.
I can DM.
No, it's
you
fine.
which
Don't
one.
worry about it.
I don't want to dox it, so
That's why I said, is it the haunted house?
it had a company name.
Okay.
It wasn't called the. Anyways, so
That was code word, you dummy.
oh my god, probably.
Okay.
Womp womp womp.
Probably the one you're thinking of.
Womp,
Anyways-
womp, womp,
Anyways,
womp.
so we're there, and so you've got my mom leading the. Well, actually, yeah, my mom leading the way, followed by my sister, and they're both having a blast. Followed by my brother in the middle, and then me, and then my dad's behind. At one, and like we're doing the whole thing where as you go around, the rooms are mostly dark. Almost doxing myself for 3 minutes. I was trying not to.
Mhm.
It's fine.
So at one point, my brother gets scared, like terrified, because he's like 7. So he lets go of my sister's hand,
Uh-oh.
which leads to we end up going the wrong way. Granted, we didn't go very far, but we still went the wrong way. The path went right, but he went left because he got scared of the noise was on the right.
Mhm.
The way that he went left was going towards an entrance for the actors.
Uh-oh.
As he goes that way, an actor comes out of that path. The actor was supposed to come up normally behind the group with a fake chainsaw and rev it behind you to get you to move along, because if you're taking too long, they want to speed up you so the group you don't run into the group behind you. My brother walks straight into this guy, and I'm like, what is going on as a little kid? And I look up and I see this guy holding a chainsaw over my brother's head, and I took him and caught up to my sister. And my dad,
Book it.
I don't remember what my dad's reaction was, but I'm pretty sure he was laughing. But yeah, I'm not too fond of haunted houses.
Mhm.
It also doesn't help that the very first room that when you go to start off had a strobe light in it to hide the room.
Oh.
So the strobe light's sitting on the ground facing you. So like, it's one of those ones
Very
where like,
disorienting, yeah.
yeah,
Flicker,
very
flicker, flicker.
disorienting. A really, really great way to hide the room. However,
Yeah.
nowadays I don't know if a haunted house could actually do that without a waiver.
Yeah.
They can, you have to sign a waiver
Yeah.
Wow.
to
But yeah.
acknowledge. Yeah.
Not super fond of haunted houses.
Mm-mm.
They're fun to go to now, occasionally. But
Yeah.
I'm still not super, super fond of it.
The last haunted house we went to was at Universal.
Oh, they.
Yes,
those are
it
the
was.
ones-
We went to Universal right at Halloween.
Yes, we did.
Ooh.
They converted a lot of the ride. They converted the rides.
They converted a lot of the water rides into haunted houses because in October you're not going to be using the water rides
Right.
all that much.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
God. Tell me
So-
that you grew up poor without telling me you grew up poor. I'll go first. I know nothing about Universal because I've never been there.
Oh,
Fair.
been there.
I couldn't help it. I used to live in LA, and there's like 3 theme parks in every direction, and they all do their own haunted versions of things. Except
Ooh.
Disney, theirs are happy.
Ketchup sandwiches,
wait.
Minnie, don't trigger me like that.
Wait,
yeah, no,
I
Disney won't
lied.
trigger you.
I lied. It wasn't Universal.
No?
No, it was Busch Gardens.
Yeah, they would do
Oh.
it too.
Oh, it was
yeah.
Busch Gardens, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was Busch
Ooh.
Gardens.
The best,
Uh,
the best part about it. The best part
Mhm.
about it is while
Okay,
we're
too.
going through this this ride, this haunted house, we're going along, and Vix is basically laughing at a lot of the things because the group in front of us
The group in
were
front of us was
the-
this.
they
Go
were
ahead.
like these big. I don't want
Beef?
to like. They were like
Beef?
big African American guys. There was a group of like 3 of them, and
Big
we're
tough
just going
dudes,
along.
and they're in the line before we get in. They're like talking. They're talking smack. They're like, "This isn't gonna scare us." Like, it was
Oh.
real funny. So
Tough guys.
they were
So-
these big tough dudes, and we were. Like,
So we're just walking. We're walking normal speed, right? And we end up catching up to them because they get so scared they stop moving.
Oh no!
So then the actors assumed we were together because we were just following
Oh,
them.
It was so funny.
They were screaming. They were terrified. At one point, one of the guys started like trying to back up, and I like started pushing him forward, and he started freaking out more. It was hilarious.
It's like, don't push me,
bad.
man, don't push me. I'm like, dude, you need to move,
That's
bro.
not the
You need
waiver.
to move. Move your
But
butt,
it
please.
was hilarious.
He was. They were really nice though. Like they were sweethearts. Like,
They
but
were-
like in the beginning, they were talking all this shit. They were like,
Oh.
"We're not scared of this," and we're just like, okay."
By the end of it, they were like our best friends. It was hilarious.
They were so nice.
Oh,
Oh my god, it was so funny.
So, of all the places that sets up haunted mazes every year in LA,
I was just about to talk about that. Yes.
yeah, 'cause that's what they do with all the theme parks with the extra space. So that's what I remember for Universal for sure. There's an old cruise ship docked in Long Beach called the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be haunted.
It
I've
is
never
haunted.
seen a damn thing, but there's plenty of evidence that says it is. So I'm like,
I've seen a thing.
okay.
Ayo.
But yeah, I've been in the like gutted boiler room bowels of that ship, and that space in there is creepy looking as heck.
Mhm.
That's a fun tour. If you can do that, that's a fun tour.
Yeah,
Is
do
that the one
it.
on Ghost Adventures?
It is the one on Ghost Adventures. Yes, Ghost
Mhm.
Adventures did do a 2-night stay at the Queen Mary.
Because they actually saw things, didn't they?
Yeah, they got some good evidence. Or
Ghost
I will
Adventures
say-
went through to
I
that
will
hotel I
say-
talked about too.
Oh, they did.
yeah, I will say Ghost Adventures got some good evidence. I'm gonna put evidence in air quotes because I don't know how true a lot of their evidence is
Squall.
because they're a mainstream TV show.
Yeah.
I've seen other like small YouTubers that have gone to like the Queen Mary and other places that have gotten good evidence, but like
Right.
Yeah,
I put
Well, and
evidence
you
in
know
air
they've
quotes
gotta-
when it comes to
Yeah.
Ghost Adventures.
Well, they gotta amp up the production, make it actually worth their time going out that way. But like,
Yeah.
if you see the genuine spooky stuff, like you know that it's there, but you have to see it to believe it.
hmm they try to set it up too, because the boiler room's gonna be dark no matter what, so that spot
Yep.
is just weird. But like, they also have the freaking the pool in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like, because you see it everywhere now, those liminal space images of like dark indoor pool looking rooms.
Mhm.
And these old cruise ships actually had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Yep.
have that as a part of the tour, but they have it lit like the most unhelpful
In just
way
a- yeah.
possible.
In
Yeah.
just
Like-
the right way.
Can you just turn the lights on?
Like, just want
you
to see
have
where
to
I'm
have it
going,
this dark?
please.
Or is this the only way we'll see something? I guess that's always the thought process.
Mhm.
Or that's actually how you have to do it. But
I've heard
So
stories that light or dark doesn't matter.
Mhm.
in the light,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's less likely for you to see things in the light because your brain chalks it up as being like, you know, typical like people if it's a full person, or maybe the flicker of a lens if it's like a flash by your eyes. your brain is more likely to process that it's a genuine ghost encounter in the dark, because how do you explain a vivid face in your camera when there's no way the picture should be that clear?
Or alternatively, if let's say if a lot of these things are driven by energy or emotion,
Mhm.
which supposedly they are, if you're in the dark, you are naturally on edge.
Yep.
Mhm.
You're more aware of your surroundings. You're more on like you're just your anxiety peaks, your stress peaks, you potentially fear peaks, and all of those are strong emotions, which feeds more energy into your environment, which could theoretically make them more active.
Dang.
Activity also depends on where you live too.
Yep.
True.
Am I not
Ley lines,
feeding enough energy
limestones.
into my surroundings?
Well, so
Negative energy is
also
what I'm
another-
feeding into my surroundings.
And maybe
also
not
a-
negative, but definitely horny.
That's why ghosts don't like me anymore.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
get
God.
it.
Oh my
One-
god. Fucking spooky movie. Is it 2 or 3? It's meant to like mimic not The Conjuring. Oh my god, what is the name of the movie? That's gonna bother me. It's like the man and the woman, they set up a camera in their bedroom, and then like
Paranormal
the man
Activity.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
you
meant to
right.
mimic
Oh.
Paranormal Activity, but like the scene in Spooky Movie, like the ghost has sex with the wife and then moves on to the husband, and you know it moved on to the husband because only his butt raised into the air, and then he was depantsed.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
So I also I'm not a huge fan of spooky movies
Mhm.
for a funny reason.
Mhm.
Oh.
One time around Halloween,
Mhm.
my ex at the time, decided, hey, let's go see a spooky movie. I'm like, okay, it's a chance to go see a movie. Fine.
Mhm.
Granted, I don't watch spooky movies. I'm not a huge fan of them, and this movie doesn't help.
Was
We
it-
went to go see Paranormal Activity 2.
Oh,
in
with the
theaters.
Xbox dots.
Yeah.
Wait, was it 2? It might have been 3. Might have been Paranormal Activity 3. We went to go see it in theaters.
Okay.
Mind you, at the time she lived out in the boonies.
Oh.
So we're going to go see one of the Paranormal Activities. It wasn't the first one, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I don't think it was following the original character. I think it was following it was like a new group of people around them.
That had to have been either 3 or 4 then, because 1 and 2 follows the same family.
Mhm.
It might have been 3. So we're in the middle of a theater.
Mhm.
It gets dark, watching Paranormal Activity, and I realize within minutes of it starting, there's no soundtrack
It's
at
found.
all. There's hardly any ambient sound, and the entire movie is being shown through the security cameras
Mhm.
of
Yep.
the house.
It's found footage.
What?
Yep.
That's on purpose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's found footage type, like Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
Yeah. Like,
God.
so if most found footage movies, with the exception of putting white noise into post, will have no soundtrack except for maybe the introduction and maybe the end credits. 9 times out of 10, though, not even the end credits have any sound. It's just white noise as the text scrolls across the screen just to drive the point home.
Yeah.
So this one, the very first thing that becomes evident that something's happening, the characters are reacting to things that are unseen. But the very first thing that kind of happens that the audience really gets to see is there's a pole out back, and the camera switches to out back because it senses movement.
Yep.
And you see the pool filter that's supposed to be a little automated pool filter start climbing the side of the pool and then come out of the pool and land next to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like,
That's weird.
That's
What?
interesting.
and then a little bit later, as things start to pick up, as energy starts to get a little bit high, and the characters start getting worried, one of the characters starts looking at one of the security cameras, but obviously below it, like looking at something off camera below the side of the camera.
Right.
And she starts walking towards there, so she sees something happening or whatever, and then all the cabinets explode and half the shit fly out of them, and you're just like, what the fuck? The creepiest thing about it, part of the reason why it really drives home about the fact that I hate horror movies, I wore a hat to the theater.
Uh-oh.
I forgot my hat in the theater.
Uh-huh.
And normally when the credits roll, they lift the lights and somebody comes in and starts cleaning.
Yep.
They took their sweet time to come in to clean, because when I went and go looking for my hat, they hadn't lifted the lights yet. And all that you hear during the credits is the woman from the first movie and her baby.
Yep.
She's talking to the baby. And I'm like,
Yep.
I hate it here. I hate it here. I'm the only one in this theater. I hate it here. The guy who's cleaning the theater comes in as I grab my hat and I'm walking on the way out, and he scares me. I legitimately jump, and he just starts laughing. He didn't intentionally do it. Like, he opened the door as I approached it, and I literally jumped out of my skin.
Oh.
But yeah.
God.
I'm trying to think of the last.
I wanna say that was Paranormal Activity 3.
It's not really a horror movie, thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely spooked me. 1984, The Cat's Eye.
Okay.
It is an anthology movie, but the stringing factor is that the movie is focused on the one cat. And so it's a 3-act movie. Each act is, I want to say, roughly a half hour to 40 minutes, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 3rd act of the movie, the cat is found by a father just wandering the streets. And the father brings the cat home. And so it's a mother, a father, and I want to say she was 4 or 5, but it's their little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother is furious because she believes in the superstition that cats will steal the souls of children.
What?
Fair. Okay.
And so the mother is furious about this, and she is demanding that the husband get rid of the cat. She does not want the cat in the house. But their daughter sees the cat, gets really excited about the cat, and the mother's like, fine, we can keep it until we find it a new home, but this is not going to be a permanent thing. And so the cat wanders the house at night, as they do, because nocturnal little shitheads.
Yep.
And there is a scratching in the wall of the daughter's room, followed by one of the corners of the wall starting to blacken and peel like mold.
Mm-hmm.
And out comes the most disgusting looking gremlin creature that they could put in cinema back in the 80s, which proceeded to crawl up onto the daughter's bed, grab her face, and start sucking her soul out.
Interesting.
And the little girl obviously starts to like cough and jerk because, you know, her soul is being sucked out of her body. And,
understandable.
And the cat, hearing this happen, immediately rushes into the room, smacks the gremlin off the girl, to which it crawls back into the hole it came out of, but then the wall warps back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
The little girl's coughing obviously wakes up mom and dad, to which mom is like, see, the cat is trying to kill her. We need to get rid of it. So the second night, the husband puts the cat back out on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, the gremlin comes back with the wall peeling back, and it slithers back to the bed. It latches onto her face and starts to suck her soul again. The part that got me is that as it looks like it's going to successfully steal this little girl's soul, it grows. And the growing made it mutate into something out of Alien.
Oh?
It was gross. It was slimy. And the way the movie was building it up is it looked like it was going to go after the parents next. until the cat somehow managed to break back into the house, kick the gremlin, landed in a fan, to which it proceeded to explode.
Oh my god. The things that you can get away with in friggin' 80s
In
movies.
the 80s!
So
Yeah, what the heck?
did the little girl
Like-
get her soul back?
Yes, because the cat managed to kill the gremlin before her soul was totally taken. But, like, watching the thing grow freaked me the fuck out because it looks like something straight out of Alien.
That's
Interesting.
insane.
I think, like, that is the last time a movie has genuinely scared me.
The last horror movie I went to go see was Annabelle.
Oh, God.
I didn't go.
No, it was me and my bestie, and it was only the two of us in the theater.
hmm
So we were alone in the theater watching Annabelle.
Oh, no.
It was great. She was scared. She was scared shitless. I was having a great time singing, "You Are My Sunshine," because that's the song that that's the song that they sing to Annabelle.
Yeah.
And so I was having a blast singing that to her the entire ride home.
Oh my god.
So rude. It's funny,
Mind
but
you.
rude.
Mind you, we saw this movie together where she lives. At the time, I had to drive home to my house the next day.
Mhm.
Where we lived at the time was 10 minutes away from the actual Annabelle.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah. So
that's
um,
awesome. That's creepy, but that's awesome.
it's friggin' awesome. And I wish I had gotten a chance to actually do their museum tour at the time when we were living there, but the museum closed down before I was able to look at getting
Aw.
tickets. So I will unfortunately never get to see the real Annabelle. Which
I'm pretty sure
Mm.
she was put into another horror museum along with Bobby the doll.
Whoa.
was she?
I thought she was still. I
I
thought she was still
think
there, and they put a
so.
I
replica
th-
of her.
I didn't think that they moved her because Lorraine's family didn't want her moved.
Maybe it's a replica then that's with Bobby, but I know there's a version of Annabelle that's in the same museum as Bobby.
Bobby's the one that you can't take videos or pictures of, correct?
You cannot take videos, you cannot take pictures, and you cannot swear in Bobby's presence.
Yes.
If
What do you
you
mean
do one of the
cannot?
three, Bobby will find a way to fuck with your life until you write him a letter to apologize.
Mm-hmm. People have had heart attacks, car accidents, stuff like that.
They've
They've
lost
had to-
family
they've had
members,
to
they've
write
lost
letters to
limbs.
Bobby.
Jeebus.
Squall's
Yeah.
like, please don't let me see it, Bobby accidentally.
No, this is like I gotta go find it.
You
and-
have to ask, express
you
permission.
have to ask Bobby if you are allowed to speak with him.
Mhm.
And
Or take video or
you
take
can
picture.
feel it in the room whether you got permission or not. Because you will either feel the room become very light or you will feel like a weight has been dropped into your body.
Mhm.
And if you feel the weight, you need to leave immediately. You are
Mhm.
not allowed to look around. You are not allowed to touch anything in the room. You have to leave because you have been told no.
It's gotta be a high security museum then. I hope he's in now.
He's behind a glass box.
Yeah, he's behind a
Yeah.
bulletproof glass box because people have tried to steal him, and those who have stolen him
yeah.
wind up dead.
Huh.
Like,
Well, that
Bobby
works
takes shit from
itself
nobody.
out.
That's like Patty the doll too, right?
Yeah, Patty's the same way.
Yeah.
Holy.
I'm
There
not a
are so
fan of
many
dolls.
haunted dolls.
I'm not a fan of dolls.
No.
Understandable.
Patty, you can't even look at a picture of Patty though.
No. You have to get permission from Patty to even like look upon her in any fashion.
Mhm.
Like,
Which is the
don't
weirdest
look
thing,
Patty up,
because-
chat, because she will haunt you.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't.
It's the weirdest thing though, because like Zach put her in his museum.
Yep.
And so you can go view her,
Yep.
in his museum, but you still have to you have to sign a waiver. Zach makes you sign a waiver to go to his museum.
Yep. It's one of the museums I want to visit. Like, that's on my bucket list.
I don't.
I do. Steve was like, I'm not going.
I will book myself a day spa. You can go have your time.
I will
in
go
the
hang out
museum.
with Zach Bagans and you can go to the spa. Let's go.
Vix, we're gonna drag
You know,
Mojo
part
and
of the
Zemi,
day spa.
and we're gonna go on vacation, and those two can go get their nails done. We're
Wait,
gonna go
listen.
vibe with ghosts.
Listen,
Yeah,
me and
let's
Mojo, we're gonna go to a day spa. Then we're gonna go visit a place. We're gonna go get some sage. And then when you guys come back afterwards, we're just gonna be like, here,
Go
breathe in.
clean yourself.
Go clean yourself.
Go scrub.
Cleanse.
Be like,
Oh, no.
here, we're gonna go take a tour of the city. We're gonna go visit a couple churches, and here, have some sage for the road.
Bring Moosh and Squall with us. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh, Moosh would love that. And I would.
Let's do VTuber
Hey.
meetup and just go party. Let's go.
VTuber.
Oh, God.
VTuber meetup in Vegas.
Let's go.
Come back to Vegas.
Because Vegas,
Oh my God.
Zach's museum's in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it is. Zach's museum's
Yes,
in Vegas.
in Vegas.
Oh.
Let's go. I want to go
Guess
to
that makes
Vegas
sense
so
out there.
bad. I know I'm
Vegas
probably
is-
gonna get mugged and robbed, but let's go.
Nah. I'm like, there's haunted stuff in Vegas? Nah, Vegas is happy and awake all the
No,
time.
hell no. Vegas
but
has
I
like
never-
a whole
There's a
portion of
whole-
it that's known for
There's a
just
whole dark
hauntings.
underground to Vegas.
Yeah.
So don't leave the strip or I'll find
Pretty
it.
much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Minnie wants to know if she can join.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Also, I'd like to interrupt this spooky time for just a moment because I
Ayo.
opened my fortune cookie
Okay.
and it is the most fortune that I have ever gotten.
Which is
Life is a verb. Thank you for the grammar lesson.
I'm lifing right now.
Oh my god.
life
Life
is a verb.
is
I would like to thank my fortune cookie for the grammar lesson.
So I've got another Reddit story.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
Reddit stories.
Mhm.
A police officer came to my door.
Mhm.
Thump, thump, thump. What
Mhm.
could it be? I glanced at the clock. It was nearly midnight. I glanced around the room, wondering if I should even answer it. Greenville Police. That made me shoot up straight. Bradley. Oh God. No, please no. I told him Chicago was too dangerous. Told him it wasn't worth the salary. Please don't let it be, Bradley. My poor, sweet boy. I raced down the stairs as fast as I could. I could see the officer's uniform through the windows on either side of the door. See his badge sparkling in the porch light. My heart sunk through the floor. Oh God, please not Bradley. Mrs. Giovanni? I opened my mouth. Nothing came out except a horrible squeaking sound. I'm sorry, there's been a terrible accident. No, no, no. A car accident on the turnpike, and your husband, he didn't make it. The blood drained from my face. My husband? I'm so sorry, ma'am. My heart pounded in my chest, my blood rushed to my ears. I gripped the door frame as my legs grew weak underneath me. No, it can't be. It can't. He took off his hat, cast his eyes downward in respect. May I come in? I glanced back into the house. The warm golden light from the lamp shone across the carpet. The rocking chair stood still. I swallowed, closed my eyes, and took a deep breath in. This can't be happening. The world seemed to spin around me. I gripped the door frame harder, steadying myself, trying to swallow, the panic rising in my throat. My husband can't be dead, because he came home 2 hours ago. Heavy footsteps sounded behind me. Dorothy? Who is that? I glanced back at the stairs. My husband stood there in his robe, a look of concern on his handsome face. Without another look at the officer, I slammed the door shut, pulled the deadbolt, and ran to meet him on the stairs. That guy was pretending to be a police officer, I whispered. He was saying, well, it doesn't matter, but he was trying to get inside. My husband shook his head, then wrapped his arms around me and pulled me into a long, warm hug. I closed my eyes, my heart slowing, feeling like I'm finally safe from the criminal on the other side of the door. He leaned in close and whispered in my ear, I'm sorry about your husband.
Vic's over here like, oh fuck, I know this story, so I'm like,
Nah.
all right, I know what's coming.
Squall had a good
Aw.
reaction too.
Like, what? How did you not recognize?
Doppelganger, let's go.
So I have one too. Again, partial from memory, but I am more than happy to share because it's one of my favorites.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay.
In the heat of the afternoon, I continued to tend to my garden. I'm quite proud of myself this year, honestly, since the tomatoes had gotten so big and so juicy. By far, this was my best harvest yet. Mr. Carlson. Looking behind my shoulder, I see my neighbor Patty. I'm so happy to have finally caught you. I've been meaning to ask you, how do you get your garden to be so beautiful? I let out a laugh. Well, that's quite simple. It's just a lot of TLC, you see. She gives a small smile and then proceeds to pout. That's not your secret. It can't be. I promise you that it is. Just look at what my harvest is this year. Look how ripe and big these have gotten. It's all because of TLC. Patty lets out a frustrated sigh. All right, Mr. Carlson, whatever you say. As she turns to walk away, I continue to move the weeds out of the way, pulling what's left of the dead plants that had gathered on the ground. TLC, I say to myself, clearing the dirt from the grave labeled Teresa Lynn.
Uh-oh.
Teresa Lynn Carlson.
No. Fertilizer.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, r/no sleep has a lot of good horror stories.
Yeah,
I
they
love
do.
r/no sleep.
Oh, geez.
So it has some really good ones, but they're not always short.
Mm-mm.
No, they're not.
Some of them are novels.
Some of them are novels.
I'm
the
lost.
The first couple
Minnie.
I've
Teresa Lynn Carlson.
TLC.
TLC. He was using his wife as fertilizer.
Also TLC.
Tender love and care.
Yeah, but in this case, it's not.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh.
Gosh, I know a lot of strange horror stories. Like, oh gosh, I just had another one pop in my head. I read too much horror. It's fine.
Damn.
So I've got one here.
Mhm,
Let's go.
Mhm.
So this one's titled "My Family."
mhm.
Oh, I
died
know
eight.
this one.
You know this one?
Yeah, I am on no sleep way too often.
This is not a no sleep.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
It might be a no.
Might
it might
be
be
different.
on. I died 8 years ago. It wasn't particularly tragic or unusual. Just a car
I
accident.
was gonna say this one.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't blame the man who hit me. He was speeding because his life was in labor, and there was black ice in the road. He lost control of his car, and I lost my life. It's not his fault. I know that. I'm not cruel. I'm not vengeful. If anything, I'm the opposite. You see, I don't have any family left, and I had lost my few friends around that time. When it was time for my funeral, the only people who came was my boss and the family who killed me. My wife held her newborn daughter close to her chest. I hated my boss. And the cemetery was awfully lonely, so I followed the family home. Lily may as well have been my own flesh and blood. She was sweet and bright, and oh so very small. She had trouble sleeping if someone wasn't rocking her crib, and her parents were so tired. After they put her to bed, it was easy for me to rock her crib for her. I didn't get tired. I could help her. As the years passed, Jack and Lori realized they weren't alone in the house. It didn't take long from there to make a connection between my funeral and when I had shown up. And I'd never been malevolent, so they weren't afraid or angry. They started to burn candles on the anniversary of my death day. They left an empty chair for meals and holidays, and I really felt like a member of the family. Someone is trying to force the door. It's Lori's ex. He's obsessive. He's angry. he was going to hurt the family. My family. The thing about ghosts is that the more offerings you get, the stronger you become. I'd been enjoying candles, trinkets, and even the occasional food item for the past 5 years. I was strong from that. The knife feels warm in my hand, a shock of heat against the ice of my skin. Lori, Jack, and Lily are my family. I care about them, and they're not going to join me yet.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
that one. I love that one
The
for
wholesome
being a
protective
ghost story. Like, it's a wholesome ghost, but also murder.
Oh, God.
Nut.
Oh my goodness.
I've got another one though. Oh God, self-care.
Self-care.
Grab a
Squall, I'd offer you a
Wait, you
bottle,
can't grab
but,
a water bottle. You're stuck in a box.
I could try to shove a water bottle through the glass.
Water bottle. I got water.
See, I'm not a
Water.
malevolent Kelf. I give him subsistence.
A chair and some water.
There's a bathroom around the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
So- I want to ask
Mhm.
because
Okay.
I guess I basically outed it already. Like, although, yeah, Silent Hill 2 is my favorite horror game, and I feel it's like gotten cheaper as time goes on, and now they're gonna remake it.
Which has me
What's-
scared, but anyway.
I'll still look forward to it. But what's all your favorite scary games ever of all time?
Silent Hill Biohazard by a landslide.
Wait. What?
So,
Silent Hill Biohazard?
yes. And the reason I say that is because the last Silent Hill, so the last horror game in general that I like solidly enjoyed was Silent Hill 3. So
yeah,
when
that's
Silent
good.
Hill Biohazard came out, it blew my expectations out of the water.
I don't remember Biohazard. But I don't remember a lot of the later ones.
Okay, so summarizing without summarizing, because if you want, I highly recommend playing it if you haven't played it already.
Mhm.
A few years ago, your wife went on a work mission and did not come back. You presume that she is dead until you get a video message from her. I am alive, but don't find me. Obviously, Ethan, the husband, disregards this message and
Okay.
manages to track his wife down to the bayou of Louisiana. He has
Whoa.
found out that she has been staying on a family's property all of this time. And his objective is to go and get her. But the minute you see her, she mutates into a monster and cuts off your arm. That is
God.
the introduction of the game.
Oh.
There is 8 more hours of content behind that.
Oh God.
I highly, highly recommend. If you have been disappointed in like the newer Silent Hill games, like after 3, play Biohazard because it to an extent returns to like its roots.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Okay. Damn.
Like,
What's your
I was-
favorite?
I was so impressed. Anyway,
Mhm.
I don't know, because like I never really played a lot of horror games until recently. And they
Mhm.
all
Mm.
have just not really like,
vibed.
yeah. Madison was the first one that really vibed with me. But I don't want to say it's like my all-time favorite. I think maybe my all-time favorite horror movie,
Horror movie?
horror game. Honestly, might be Until Dawn.
Ooh, that's another good one.
Okay.
And I say
Yeah.
that mainly because the story beats were fantastic within that game. And also, I like games not for the reason of, oh, is it a good game to play? I like games for the production value. And that game
Mm.
has
Oof.
production value.
Yeah, they
It
turned it up for
does.
that one. Yeah.
So I would say that's probably my all-time favorite horror game. Madison's a close second right now. But I didn't get into playing horror games until recently. I watched a lot of people like Markiplier
Mhm.
and Jack and PewDiePie back when like they were starting out to play their horror games.
Back
I
when
watched-
horror was heaped on YouTube.
Yeah. And I watched
Mhm.
I watched PewDiePie for his Amnesia like you did.
Oh yeah.
Z. But I also watched Mark for his Amnesia playthrough because Tiny boxed him. Tiny boxed
Okay. So
him.
I found Markiplier because of Tiny Box Tim. But then I fell off watching Markiplier after he finished Amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
And then FNAF happened.
FNAF, that's also a really good that's also a really good series.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have my gripes with FNAF.
Right.
But that is A, because it's a very simplistic game that functions on jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
And B, what in the convoluted plot fuckery?
Yeah.
Like, have you tried to keep track of the plot for Five Nights at Freddy's?
It's all over the place. It really
It's
is.
all over the place. Because now there's this thing called Remnant, which is their excuse for the new game that came out.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how Afton isn't dead, is because of Remnant. I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me?
It's all over the place. Zimu, what's yours?
Yeah.
So horror is a genre for me that I very much kind of avoid.
Fair.
There is a degree of. So nobody talked about PT.
PT was a good one
Listen,
too.
fucking
PT was
I-
good.
Am
Oh, yeah.
so mad about PT because I was in the middle of downloading it when they took it off the Xbox store. I didn't get to
So-
play it.
Yeah.
So what's the game? What was one of the first ones that was based on PT?
Silent Hills?
Visage?
No, we're talking like the same exact thing as PT, but not PT.
Oh. I know. Oh, fuck. Hold up. I know what you're talking about.
We're talking like you go to the house, you walk along, and there's like a woman and her child.
Yes.
PT.
Vix, Vix, I think you know what I'm talking about.
All I know is PT.
There's Visage.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed.
Um,
Because I didn't think it was actually PT.
The one where there's
there's Dollhouse. Don't Knock Twice.
hold on.
God,
Hold
Don't
on,
Knock
we're gonna-
Twice is kind of a stretch, though.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up PT for a second.
I'm pretty sure you're just thinking of PT.
That
It's
does sound like PT still.
there's the Blair Witch game. That's kind of
Wait, I
similar.
didn't think that was. Oh, apparently I am thinking of PT.
Yeah, you're
I
thinking
thought
of
it was.
PT with the yeah, in the bathroom, the baby in the bathroom, and
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 100% PT.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't think
PT.
that actually was PT.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's been recreated really well a couple of times.
It has been.
Because I thought there was one that wasn't exactly PT, but I guess. You want to turn that dial
Turn
now?
that dial.
Nah.
Yeah, it's good. It's just so sad. They got canned.
Okay. The thing that pisses me off the most about that thing is not that like the game got canceled. That bothers me. It's the fact they turned it into a fucking pachinko machine and
Oh,
thought that
Konami
was
being
good
Konami.
enough.
Yeah.
That's what makes me upset.
Yeah. It looks like they're gonna undo all that
God, I hope so.
after that. Well, that last thing, it was like a week or two ago. They're doing like 3 games, so I think they were tied up in legal crap with Kojima or something.
They must have been.
Because they were like dead quiet for anything
A
Silent
long
Hill for years.
time.
Yeah, I think they had legal bullshit.
I'm pretty sure.
That
If
makes
I had to
sense.
guess. Because there was nothing else that would explain why they wouldn't keep making more games.
Right? Because
Yeah.
it was like PT was so popular. That was one of like the best reviewed like horror snippets that
Yeah.
have been out for such a long time. And then it just died.
And so many people played it, like, and a lot of people are playing the remake, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like I saw Markiplier playing it and
Mhm.
whatnot. So like, people still love that game.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So spoiled now. There were not a lot of horror games when I was a kid,
Mhm.
so they were unique, even if they weren't the greatest.
Right.
Like the first Resident Evil is camp relatively to us now, but
right.
back then it was a big deal
Yeah.
in
So-
'96.
Little Z's first introduction was the Silent Hill with the president's daughter. Leon, help! I fucking swore off
Oh.
Silent Hill for the longest time because of
Resident
that
Evil
character.
4?
I think so.
Yeah. That's Resident
I
Evil
swore
4.
off Silent Hill for the longest time because of that, because I'm like, this isn't horror. This is a
Oops.
sad shooter with a freaking drag mission. Hello?
Yeah, they definitely took their different routes eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Res 4.
Yeah. That's Res 4, not Silent Hill. Leave me alone.
There was another really good one. It was very similar to PT. It was talking about like a computer virus.
Oh. I know what game you're talking about.
I think Jack played it like a year or so ago.
Observer?
Mm,
No, not that one.
Hold up. No, I gotta look it up.
Not Soma.
No, it was never like it was never like a virus on the screen. It was like in the lore, in the fragments of stuff that you find. It's talking about a virus taking over the world and destroying modern media.
I have no idea.
Oh, mm.
Damn.
It's not virus. Virus at home? No.
Can't think of it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I was very lucky for a while, and I got to play
Mingu! Hi, Mingu.
Migo,
Hey,
Migo.
Migo. Welcome. I got to play Devotion, which was the
Ooh,
Taiwanese made game.
yes.
I bought it the second it came out, and then the data mine shit got them blasted over in China. And then they pulled it off the store, and I was like, damn, I'm lucky to have this in my Steam library.
So
I love that one.
do you know like the big reason that the studio that made Devotion got shut down though?
Besides like getting harassed to death by like
So
Chinese residents?
So you had mentioned the data mine with the game.
Yeah, with the mean joke.
Yes. So it turns out all of their games had something like that in them.
So the detention did too?
Detention had hidden files that also made reference to Winnie the Pooh. Yes.
Okay.
At least
But it wasn't like in the
that's-
game either on that one?
I'm not 100% on if that one was like taken out files after like it was officially released. But the quote placeholders were quite common in both games, I guess. And I could be wrong. That was an article I read like a long time ago when the game had gotten taken down. So maybe that's been disproven. But last I knew, it was in both games.
Damn. Because the older games.
Those were great games, though. You are right.
The tension was a lot more. The military made things awful kind of vibe to it.
Well, so do you know what that one's referencing? Detention?
God, I don't remember it now. But I remember that there was martial law that was more strict back then.
So
in the time frame it takes place in?
Yes. I don't know the specific dates. But what I do know is that the country had been taken over and turned into a militaristic state.
Yeah.
And those in control had decided that freedom was in literature. So they burned every book they could find.
Oh, yeah.
And if you were found to have books, you were executed.
Yeah, now, I remember the plot now. Yeah.
While the dictatorship, like this is based on a real historical event. The dictatorship claims that only 157 people were killed for owning literature. The bodies that have been found from the event is in the tens of thousands.
Oh boy. I know that bit.
Like, if you actually go into a deep dive on the history of what that game is based on, it's horrifying both in and out of game.
Yeah.
It's
both
insane.
Of their games did a good job with that.
You're talking to a horror nerd over here.
Reality starting. Yeah, they did a real good job with that.
They really did, though. Like, it was a fantastic game. I will agree.
Man.
I do know, probably my favorite one that I've played so far has been Soma.
You got so fucking spooked by open water. I understand.
I have a phobia.
I know.
They do a really good job of playing on that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Even if you don't have a phobia of open water, like they make that tweak your nerves. Plus, then they get to the whole like they bring in whole philosophy into it because it plays on the Deus Ex Machina a bit. But then it also further plays and adds another layer because it's not just robots, it's AI.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's an additional layer to it. It's like it adds a level of soul that on top of the already existing debate. That was really, I like that a lot. So
that game reminds me of, I think it was a movie. It might have been a TV series. I was Little Bean. But I remember watching some sort of televised media where the world had gone to such hell that your only way of surviving in like the outside world was to have your consciousness put into a robot. And the main character, I think his double life is that as this machine, he was a private investigator. And the people that he was investigating had come up with some sort of device that they used it to not only kill the machine he was operating, but it also damaged his brain, like his real human brain. And so, like, the whole plot of this movie where, like, the AIs could tell if you were a human or not was that he was trying to find the person that had created this device, because this device could have been so devastating. It could have literally wiped out humanity and forced humanity to implant themselves into AI to continue to survive thus eliminating the possibility of reproduction and eventual extinction.
Oh,
I
God.
was a little bean when I watched it, though. I don't remember if it was a movie or if it was a TV show. I just vividly remember this man's ears bleeding as he climbed out of his eggshell, as I called it.
Oh.
Hello, Car. Welcome on in.
Hello!
Hey.
What are some other fun games you've seen, Vix?
Like horror games or just games in general?
Horror games.
Oh God, I don't know, man.
All of them.
Yeah, I
Huh.
don't know. I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Anything?
God, that really
Tough
does
catch,
startle you when you don't know it's coming.
Yeah. I do have a slight warning, though, because it does pop up on my screen.
Nice. Your tracking
Yeah.
broke.
Oh, that's because the bottle's in front of my mouth.
Okay.
I'm left over though from the whole mist scaring me way back. Games that'll come out today that aren't intentionally to be scary, but are
Mhm.
like ambiguous do scare me still. So
Mhm.
all of the Chinese room games, Dear Esther scared me.
Oh.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture scared me. Their version of Amnesia still scares me.
Mhm.
It's that whole like anything could happen even though it never does, and there's like this dread when you go on for minutes and nothing's there.
Right.
And I fell for the one that is the most not horror wholesome game. Gone Home scared me. I didn't know it was not a horror game.
Which one is that?
That's the game where you go to the empty house and you're reading all these like entries that get read to you of like a lesbian couple that got split up,
Okay.
and the house is completely empty and it's at nighttime and there's a thunderstorm and you have to like
so the
the lights-
atmosphere is meant to be sad, but it comes off as spooky.
yeah, because you have to turn lights on and like half the house is locked, so you have to like venture it cleverly,
Mm-hmm.
and it scared me, and I don't think it was supposed to.
Mhm.
Iron Lung, anyone? I have not played Iron Lung.
It's a good game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
Watch
been on
me-
my radar, but I haven't played it.
I'll watch
don't
Mark
know.
play it.
I don't know Iron Lung at all.
You're in a submarine, looking for, I believe, like just like anomalies. If this is the right one, if I'm thinking about it,
Oh,
I think.
that game's good
Mhm.
because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your imagination's your worst enemy.
hmm Yeah. You're like in a blood sea, and you're looking for like anomalies within it, and it's
And your equipment sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like it's fun. It's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's been on my radar for a little bit. I've been meaning to play that one. The one I've been sitting on for a while. I believe the English translation is The Ones Who Cry.
hmm
The anime is called When They Cry, which is how I found out about the game. But it's a visual novel style horror game.
That's fun.
And I've been meaning to play that one for a little while. But what has stopped me is that it is a 8-part game.
hmm
You have to buy all 8 parts. And each part is anywhere from 4 to 12 hours.
Oof.
jeez.
And I'm like, I don't know
So
about that one. And I
Yeah.
don't think each part is cheap either. I think each part is like $10.
Damn. That's so weird. It's so split up.
right?
Does anybody remember I don't know if it was Tumblr or something. Do you remember those pages that were like short horror stories where they were like a comic?
hmm
And it's like it starts off it's like a woman. It's typically like it's typically set in like an anime setting, so it's like
Mhm.
it's like the Eastern culture base. And
Right.
it starts off with a woman saying, they're talking about like she's like watching a TV and it's like warning about like don't go out late at night. There's stories of people talking about a woman who's looking for her baby. Blah 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 blah. And like you scroll down,
Yes!
and it's like her
Bong
story.
Ghost. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold up, let me find it.
Well, so it starts off and like this woman goes out 'cause she's like, I really need this or whatever, blah 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 blah. And you get partway down, and then the page itself makes a noise and scrolls itself down.
Yep,
And just and like it's like a creeping sound as the ghost comes or the woman or whatever comes into play, and she like contorts herself like up the screen because it's scrolling. And like I remember coming across this as little Zimu, and I'm like, what is going on?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and the website's broken.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Flash. It was a Flash.
Have you
I found the
remembered it?
webtoon if you want to read it on webtoon though, because webtoon still works.
God.
Oh, it's on Chiller. Ooh, I just found another webtoon I'm gonna have to follow. Let's go.
Another game I just remember. I remember watching this with Vix actually. Game called Simulacra.
Oh, Simulacra.
Oh yes,
That's
okay.
familiar.
So Simulacra is the sister game to Sarah is Missing, which is more commonly known.
I don't think I know Sarah's Missing.
Yeah.
But Simulacra, like you find a person's phone.
Yep.
And you're trying to put the pieces in as to what happened or what is going on. And supposedly she's like missing person. And
Yep.
so it's like you have access to her phone, so you're trying to talk to people to figure out what happened. And like she had just gone missing like hours ago. So the
Yep.
police, it's doing the whole like police aren't doing anything because not enough time has passed and whatever. So you're trying to put pieces together, talk to the people that used to talk to her, and like activity's still coming on her phone, and you're trying to find her.
hmm
Oh.
So
I know it's mobile based. I don't know if you can. Do
you
it
can
or
play
not.
it on the computer. It's on Steam.
It's on Steam,
Oh.
yeah. So is Simulacra 2.
Yes. I was just going to say there's also Simulacra 2, which is more fucked up.
That one you're actually you can choose between either being a detective or a journalist who you are searching and researching someone's death
Yes.
instead of just a missing person.
Mm-hmm.
But you are with an official title of
Well, so
There's 3 of them.
yes, there is Sarah is
Mhm.
Missing, Simulacra
No.
1, and did Simulacra 3 finally come out?
Simulacra 1, Simulacra 2, and Simulacra 3 came out.
Oh, the third one came out. Well, I know what I'm doing
Whoa,
later.
Whoa, hold on. The third one came out 5 days ago.
Hey, yo,
Ah.
let's
Oh,
go. I'm
cool.
hopping on this train. Let's
Halloween content.
hell yeah.
That's probably why it just
I
came
would
out.
say let's group play it, but the Simulacra games can go anywhere from like 2 to 8 hours. Let's not.
Time to
Oh,
go watch
no.
Markiplier.
It's
Nice.
like the worst reviewed one. No.
Uh-oh. Pain.
Gonna watch Markiplier play it.
The once charming town of Stone Creek has seen better days. People are vanishing into thin air, leaving nothing behind but strange symbols where they were last seen. With the police baffled and the populace terrified, rumors swirl that it is the doings of the Beldam, a ghost of a witch that once haunted the streets of Stone Creek. Okay, but like that sounds cooler than the other two.
It's unfortunate. Hopefully, the reviews are wrong. Maybe.
Oh. Okay. It's the acting.
Are they
Apparently,
expecting too
it's-
much, or
The acting, okay, if you've played either Simulacra 1 or Simulacra 2, you know the acting level expected in these games. According to reviews, it's dropped in quality far worse than it is in the other two games. And it's already bad in the other two
No.
games.
uh-oh.
Oh no.
Man, I'm still gonna play it.
It's gonna be Jill sandwich territory.
I know one of the ones that I was told to look into, not necessarily a horror game, but more of like a spooky type psychological thriller was oh god, hold on. What is this called?
Zimmy
wish
on a
list.
deep dive.
Mhm.
No, it's on my wish list. Hold on, where is it? Limbo.
Do it!
Also, to go along with that, Inside. Both
Okay,
of them.
yeah.
Zimu, listen to me. It is very hard for me to recommend a horror game. Play both. The
Play both?
experience is worth every minute you spend in the game. The only thing I will warn with Limbo, there is a puzzle. It involves a spider, and it's a pain in the ass. But once you get past it, it is worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. Oh my god. I'd play those games on stream if I didn't remember them so vividly.
Yeah, those are classic now.
They are
I know.
such good games.
I know those are on my list of games.
I will buy them for you for Christmas if you don't beat me to it.
They may be some of the first ones I stream after October.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Granted, I'm going into a new rotation of streams.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be. So my style of streaming has never been this. It has never been this way. But now I'm making it like a spell that thing.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I've never really been the type of person to just focus on one game because my
Right.
ADHD brain goes, if I do that too long, I just burn out on the game and I don't end up beating it and moving on to something else.
Yep.
So rather than
Mhm.
do that, I'm going to be doing a rotation every week because I do 4 streams.
Yep.
One of them is going to be a platformer. One of them is going to be quote unquote spooky. This spooky is very loose. So this could be horror, it could be thriller, it could be psychological
You
storytelling.
can put Alan Wake 2 in there.
I mean, you could if the definition is that loose.
I'm looking forward to that so hard.
The third one I'm putting in as I'm calling it
Our connection here.
It's been happening a lot. It's a bug with OBS.
I don't know if that's
freeze.
no,
Oh, you're
no.
back?
OBS is fine. I literally hit stop and start, and I know
okay.
it disconnected because I got a notification on Windows.
We back.
Mhm.
Hi,
Who
chat.
back?
We
Back.
broke.
No
No
sound.
sound.
No sound.
Oh no.
Am I gonna have to exit OBS? and
I think you
restart?
might have to exit restart.
That sucks.
they're
BRB
really-
chat.